What's up? What's up? What's up, man? Thank you for everybody tuning in. It's a very special episode right here on the Aboriginal Sports Network of New York Giants for Access. Brian Daboll has been fired. Looks like those end game losses of the team just breaking down, losing two-score leads in the end of games, the defense giving up field goals at the end of the game, couldn't stop Sweet Williams last week from getting the Bears a victory against you. The Broncos game was egregious, and another Jackson Dart concussion. I've counted at least two that he has gotten. So we're gonna talk about it, man. This is New York Giants Full Access. Me and the unpopular one, NYG22, Popular Opinion Sport.
Let's get it.
Look like we had some predictions, man, but let's get into it, man. New York Giants Full Access.
New York Giants.
Welcome to New York Giants Full Access. Oh, Mr. Brian Daboll fired today from the New York Giants. John Mara, Joe Shane, Tish, the Koches, all the ownership people, all the people in the top of the office, the top of the food chain said, Daboll, enough is enough. We got to get you up out of here, man. Yep. And I just want to hear your thoughts about it, NYG, while we're talking about this firing of Brian Daboll, which I think was much needed, and I think it should have happened before the end of last season. But, you know, people doubled down. John Mara doubled down, and he actually gave Daboll his scapegoat with the defensive coordinator. And I told people the worst thing that could happen was that kid Jackson Dart getting in there for him, because it took away all the scapegoats. Mm-hmm. And so now the focus is on you. That's why he was so humble at those press conferences. He couldn't say anything. What can you say? You tried it with Shane Bourne, and I guess people weren't hearing it the way that he wanted to hear it this time. You know, so what you think about it, MG?
Man, salute to the chat, yo. I told y'all, bro. I told y'all, man. Iman, Nets, William Horton, King Jers, Jay the God, Q Burrow brother.
Mosley.
Let's go, Mosley.
Sir
yeah.
Bishop, what's going on?
Sir Bishop. Peace, 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 man. Hey, guess what?
Surprise, motherfucker.
Hey, he up out of here. And you know what? You never want to wish,
no,
you know,
don't
someone to get fired. But I have a good hunch Brian Daboll will be okay. So I'm not feeling sorry for him at all. So let's get that out the way. First and foremost, we don't wish harm on nobody. We don't want nobody to lose their job, lose their livelihood. But he good. He getting paid for a whole nother year. All right, that's out the way, bro. I said this 3 years ago, 2 years ago, and then again last year. I made a video about this. And we're going to get into that here a little bit later. But if the Giants didn't do this right now, they were not only going to lose their locker room, they were probably going to lose their star quarterback that they just drafted. And that's Jackson Dart. And that's why he got fired. So again, I'm happy that they are moving in a different direction, but I do wonder, was it Joe Shane that fired him, or was it John Mara that fired him? You see, I do wonder about the inner workings of the Giants organization. I'm going to still question that, but they did do the right thing. You had to get off this train this year, bro, because it was going to get real fucking bad. Did you see that schedule, bro? It was going to get real bad. Now we'll see if Kafka can come in there and get a spark. He is playing, or he is coaching for a future head coaching job. He has been trying to get head coaching jobs. We met Mike Kafka, good dude, man. I wish him all the fucking best. I really do. I mean that. But he in a tough spot, bro. In a tough motherfucking spot here, bro. Because Jackson Dart is banged up. You don't got Cam Scabo. You don't got Malik Neighbors. Maybe you can get the defense back into it and get them back going. Actually, let Shane Bourne coach. But I think Brian Daboll has muddied up a lot of clarity. And I've been trying to give the Giants fans clarity on a lot of these things. Guys, a lot of these guys haven't been listening. Some of you are. Shout out to y'all. But it really is an organizational problem. And so they tried to cover that up with the Brian Daboll thing. But now, hey, cat's out the bag.
I think you might have your answer, MYG. It has been reported by Art Stapleton that Joe Shane will remain GM and lead search for a new head coach. So, and that's real. Art Stapleton reported it. So they probably make Joe Shane fire him. Coach, I know you feeling this right here because the way Coach left the stream.
Yeah, Coach was upset.
Yeah,
we need to get Coach in here if you are available. I'm gonna try to pull up this Art Stapleton thing.
I'll pull it up right here.
Because I had some quotes from Connor Hughes as well.
Let's see. I think I got it for you, NYG. Let's see. They'll let you. Sometimes this New York thing, they make you want to pay to read it. I'm not paying to read no article for.
Nah, we don't need to read the article. We are the article. We just want the headline. So,
well, this is the headline right here. New York Giants fire coach Brian Daboll amid another losing season. And then right above that, he announced Giants announced Joe Shane will remain GM and lead the search for a new head coach.
All right, plus that up about 2 times, and then we're going to get into it.
There you go.
I bet. So, now, a lot of y'all want Joe Shane fired, okay? And I get the animosity. Most of it comes from Saquon Barkley, but I get the animosity. But you got to understand, when you fire somebody, you got to have some sort of plan or replacement in mind. And then if you fire the GM, guess who you putting the balls? Guess who you putting the hand? Guess who you giving the ball to now? John Mara to find the GM and the head coach. Like, you don't gotta like the guy's personality. You don't gotta like how he handled the Saquon Barkley situation, but you gotta give him credit for the talent on the team. People even saying it. They even saying it, bro. Let me get to my first exhibit here. We're gonna cook. I told you we're gonna cook on this one because I've been talking about this for a long time and nobody has listened outside of a few. You know what I'm saying? Here we go, man. Okay. Connor Hughes right here is stating the feeling internally, I'm told, is that the Giants believe the talent is better than the results have shown, evident by 4 losses despite holding 10-point leads. This is your media saying that. Connor Hughes. Same shit NYG and Big Pat been saying, telling y'all
For the longest.
for a while now, bro.
For the
So
longest,
again,
bro.
So again, Connor Hughes now reporting the same shit you heard right here on the Aboriginal Sports Network. The talent is there, bro. It's the fucking coaching. They telling you right here. The feeling internally, I am told, is that the Giants believe the talent is better than the results have shown. Evident by 4 losses despite holding 10-point leads. So if you got enough talent to get a 10-point lead on teams like the Broncos and the Bears and beat up on the Eagles, you got fucking talent. Talk to your boy. Let's go. Joe Shane needs an opportunity to continue to build this team out. He got your franchise quarterback. And yes, I am on the dart train.
Yep. Came in a minute I was wrong about Jackson Dart.
I'll admit it. Yeah, I'm the Dart supporter. We're going to get behind him like we got behind Daniel Jones. So again, ain't no fake shit over here. Now, we do need to understand that there is going to be turnover with the coaching staff, but you don't want to have turnover internally in your organization. That's why it says the feeling internally.
I got you the link too, Coach.
What I've been telling y'all, it's about the internal workings of this organization. 10-point lead. This is Connor Hughes reporting this. Now let's get back to this right here. Joe Shane will lead the search for a new head coach. Now I'm going to turn it over to you, Pat. What do you want to see happen here with this head coaching search?
You're going to have to get a grown man in the room. And what I mean by that is an absolute leader of the team. Like, you're going to have to get an absolute leader of this team because these players are down in the dumps, man. They've been through the ringer. You gotta think these dudes got 11 victories in 3 years? Mm-hmm. So your leadership, I think Brian Burns is good. Brian Burns is playing well, and he's playing well despite of what's going on. But you're gonna have to get a guy that these talking heads respect. You see what I'm saying? Like it's gonna have to be a guy to where these dudes, these talking heads, are gonna want to talk good about them and not, try to bash on the players and everything. You need somebody to step up in that building and be like, "Hey, look, all that bullshit you talking about these players and everything, that needs to cut out." You know what I'm saying? Like, you in the building, come talk to me personally. Somebody need to step up to one of these dudes like a Carl Banks and be like, "Hey, look, if you got something to say it to us personally. You're right here in the building with us." Quit putting that energy out there to allow the energy just to keep bombarding this team. That's another thing that you fans are part of the reason too. As soon as somebody doesn't do something well, it can only be one. It could be a half. Oh, he's a bomb. Get rid of him. You mean to tell me y'all turned that quick on Dexter Lawrence?
Crazy work.
You turned that quick on Dexter Lawrence, who just last year was ranked number 17 amongst his peers in the top 100.
I don't want to ever hear that on this channel. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna go the fuck off. Anybody come up here disrespecting our top 20 player in the NFL, an all-pro defensive tackle, probably top 2 at his position? You need to be fucking smacked, bro. That ass.
Yeah, and I believe this is the best decision Mara could have made, because you really want Mara to choose another GM?
No.
And let's not act like the talent he hasn't got you talent. You got you Tyrone Tracy. You got you Malik Neighbors. You got you Wan'Dale Robinson. He got you Abdul Carter. He brought you Brian Burns. Banks was playing good his rookie season until his coordinator was scapegoat, and people don't understand that this defense was built for Wink. And now you bring in a whole nother defense a year after they balled. Make it make sense, but coach down there smiling. What you got?
Get him, coach.
Oh, happy days. Oh, happy days. Man, Brian Daboll. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Bye. Kick rocks, whatever you got to say. Look, do I want Joe Shane going too? But look, I'll take him right now. You got rid of the biggest issue this organization has had to deal with. Seriously. Not just in terms of coaching, but leading this franchise. I said it yesterday. As a fan, an observer, a watcher, however you want to categorize it, he represents me and my fandom. And with that, this was an embarrassment. So, doses, brother. You know, hey, you got paid. You and your family are well off. You know, more power to you. You know, I was in a space right before here. Somebody talked about a reporter came on that Daboll might be the lead candidate for the Dolphins job. Okay, see ya. Take him.
Yeah.
Please do. I don't care.
Man,
Now, Mike Kafka,
Dolphins, bro.
I want to see what Mike Kafka's going to do. 83 Slade One just said it, you know, because I had said that also. You know, what is he going to do about Hyatt and Neal? You know, I'm going to be intrigued. Russell Wilson, hey, you know, we see Daboll had no confidence. So is Kafka going to instill some type of confidence in it? I'm not saying Wilson is the elite quarterback he once was, but he's still serviceable. And if not, then put Jameis Winston in at number 2. And then if he's going to have to, if Dart is out and he has to start, then let's Winston start. It also forces the opposition. Now, it changes how they can game plan because everyone else knew how this team was. You had the Bears head coach after the game literally saying, we knew they were going to crack. It didn't matter. We were down by double digits. We knew they were going to crack.
Yeah,
that's a coach telling
we
you.
Called it.
We knew it too. Yeah,
no,
right?
we all knew that. We as fans, we knew it. But what I'm saying is, this is the perception around the league with other coaches. That's what most fans are not realizing. This is what other coaches in the league are saying about Brian Daboll. We knew his team is unprepared. They're going to crack. It doesn't matter how good they are. It doesn't matter how many points they are. Look, fellas, just stay the course. Let's keep working, let's grind. We're going to come back. I don't care if it's, 4 minutes and we're down 14 points. We're going to get our points and we're going to beat them. And lo and behold, what do we see? And it's been happening how many times that we've been up double digits and lose 4 times?
4
this year?
times, bro. 4 times.
That's
Right.
Definitely get you fired.
And here's the other thing. Scared money don't make money. That 4th and 1, when you got the penalty and you went to the 4th and a half, I don't care that if they stop you. Your defense was playing well at that point in time. You put them into the negative zone. Now, you want to say, well, Caleb Williams, he was dodging and whatever. What you don't realize is he has a 10-yard window between the ball being snapped and the end line. So sometimes he circles back 15 yards to get out of the pocket. Now you condense that. These are things that, as a coach, I know this. This is basic. But you have a guy who is an embarrassment. He's if not the worst, he's tied for the worst New York Football Giants head coach ever since 1925. I'm taking it that far back. He is the worst. He's the worst, one of the worst. Him and Ray Handley are right there neck and neck for me. So now I'm happy he's gone. Kafka, you're on the board, but Look, already articles are coming out. I'm looking at NJ.com. They got 16 coaches. Mike Kafka, Marcus Freeman, Jesse Mentor, Spagnolo,
Yeah, we're gonna get
Kingsbury.
into that. I got
I
you,
mean,
Coach.
I'm like, okay, now we
got
starting
you.
to talk. Now we starting to cook, but let's finish out the season. Because, if Kafka, for argument's sake, he goes 4-3, he has to be seriously considered. He has to be seriously considered. Now some people might say, oh, well, that's going to mess up our draft position.
You don't need a high draft
What are you
position no more,
right?
bro.
Who are you drafting? Who you
Here's the
taking
thing.
for
No,
now?
it's not that. It's not a matter of that, because if you have the number 1 or number 2, teams who are quarterback needy are going to give you. And I get it. I understand that. I do understand that in terms of that you're going to fill a lot of other holes, and that's fine. But I'm not worrying about
on your team. Then you need.
I'm not worrying about that right now. I'm trying to finish out the season, see if Kafka is the one, because he has the first shot. So it's his job. Whether people think about it, it's his job to lose. If he comes out here and he does well, there's no way in hell they're not gonna not allow him to go out that door, because somebody's gonna grab him. So Kafka, NYG, you talked about it, him being down at the Senior Bowl, and you saw what he can do. You've talked about it before. So Kafka, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I gotta do this before I forget. I gotta be a man of my word. Miss Trina, we talked maybe a year ago, and she said something, and I was like, you know what? You might be right, Miss Trina. And if you are right, I will announce it live for you that day. And I thank the creator for allowing me to keep my word. She literally told me, what if Shane was getting ready to get Brian Daboll out of there? Because everybody like, oh man, they friends and all this. And she said, man, he's a little sneaky looking dude. And she said, what if he set up he's setting up Brian Daboll to be fired? Well, sure as shit. Joe Shane has been announced that he will be the GM going forward. And Brian Daboll is out of there. So shout out to you, Miss Trina, one of our loyal followers. And she thinks a lot, man. I wish she would make her own channel, because she said some dope things.
All the spaces, and she was singing and happy.
Shout out to Miss Trina. Yeah, she got a little of that conspiracy like me, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hey, it be working out though. But we get to some comments, man.
I'm just so happy.
So yeah, we're gonna turn up. We're gonna turn up for a little bit here. I got a little time. 83 Slade one says, I believe different coaching will help Hyatt and Neil. I do believe that as well. Because I have said Brian Daboll alienates his players. When you got players out there playing, you got starters, you got NFL veterans, and when they make a mistake, you regulate them to kickoff coverage. That is disrespectful to a lot of these dudes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And not only that, but you tend to favor certain players over certain players. Certain players don't get jerseys. So I do wonder about some of these things, personality-wise, with Brian Daboll, as to why a lot of these guys wasn't playing. Next one. Add McDaniel. I'm guessing you're talking about Mike McDaniel if he gets fired from the Dolphins. As an offensive coordinator, yeah, I take it. You know why? Where he come from? Who did Mike McDaniel coach under?
That's a fact. He was one of the guys that got that Shanahan.
He can call play.
System.
The Dolphins' offense is not the problem. It's fucking Tua. That's their problem. You got a quarterback problem over there. McDaniels is going to get the axe for it because he's going to be the next one on the list. They're gonna get these so-called offensive gurus the fuck up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Because they fake as hell.
Yeah.
Stefanski gonna be next.
Yep.
I'm telling y'all what's
Stefanski
gonna
next.
happen. Stefanski, Mike McDaniel, they already did Brian Daboll in.
And
But
an
I'm with you.
unexpected name is Kevin O'Connell.
Kevin O'Connell, I think, is good. That Vikings team plays some football. They need a little more time with JJ McCarthy. But anyway.
Yep.
But as an offensive coordinator, yeah, I'll take him. If he can humble himself, come back here, call offensive plays.
I want to take him as a head coach.
You know what I'm saying?
He's a damn good head coach.
I got a dark horse for you. This would be my ideal coach if it would have happened. Steel City, let him go. Let him go. Please let him go.
Oh, Mike Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin.
Yes.
Yeah, Mike Tomlin.
Look, I said I wish. That's my dream. So, you know,
hey, DJ laughing his ass off on the plane coming back from Berlin. He sure is. Because they said Daniel Jones was the one that was not going to get a job.
Yeah, he was the problem, right?
Yep.
He was the problem. Now, people saying Cliff Kingsbury, that's the OC for the Commanders. I'm straight on that. I'm
going to hit you because you know you it's the first one up there. Your current coach at your college, man.
We're gonna get to that. I want to get to these top three. I want to get to these top three. Matter of fact, man, we're gonna smooth out the music a little bit for this one because this might get a little hype. All right, y'all. So as you can see here, the top pool of potential options, which Billy Reinhardt is reporting here, but everybody's gonna report the same shit here. Let's be honest. Bill Belichick, of course, current head coach for my Tar Heels, and he has done about as bad a job as you can believe a future Hall of Fame coach would do at a college program. He has been awful. Does not mean he forgot how to coach. It does not mean he can't get back into the NFL and get back on track. But honestly, here's the problem with Bill Belichick. It ain't even about coaching. Look at the vibe of your team.
Yeah.
You think the motherfuckers want Bill Belichick in that locker room? If you can't hold down them college kids, what makes you think you're going to come in here and do something with Malik Neighbors, Jackson Dart, Cam Scatterbull? Them dudes is nuts. All of them. You know what I'm saying? So, no. Miss me on that. Bill Belichick needs to do himself a fucking favor and just get out of fucking football already, dude. You accomplished what the fuck you needed to accomplish.
Right.
It's done. It's over, bro. Anyway, before we go to the next one, man, how y'all feel about Bill Belichick? Chat, how y'all feel about Bill Belichick? Because that's going to be the first name you're going to hear. They're already reporting that he and McCarthy could be. We're going to get into McCarthy here in a minute, but they the top two choices already on the fucking list.
Look. Give him a phone call. I don't have an issue with that. I mean, out of respect, seriously, out of respect for what he did for the Giants when he was here, and out of respect, he is a Hall of Fame head coach. So, do you make a phone call and his relationship with Amara? And don't forget, he really does love the New York Football Giants. So I do get that. So out of respect, do you make a phone call? Yes. I mean, Miz was even talking about that. Yeah, you make a phone call to him, and if he ends up being the best candidate out of a listing, then that's a different story. But I'm not saying he's number one on my list either. So, but out of respect, yeah, I'm going to give him a call. That's me. Go ahead, Pat. You got it.
I just think nothing changes with the Bill Belichick as far as people always saying nepotism. I think you're just following the same trend again. You're following the same exact trend. You're gonna bring in another guy that's from the Belichick tree. You just got the top branch now, and Bill Belichick. Can he mesh with these young cats? Because remember, we're a young team. We're not an old veteran team. You see what I'm saying? So if he could get them young cats at North Carolina to buy in, like NYG said, our top players are young players. Dart, Malik Neighbors, Wandale Robinson, Cam Scatbo, Tyrone Tracy. You know, I do believe he had the defense better. Now, I will say that. I think the defense will be a lot more disciplined, but it's not going to come from Banks and them. He's going to get rid of them dudes. He's going to get rid of all of them. I promise you that. He's going to get rid of every last one of them, bro.
My question, Pat, is do you just at least give him a courtesy phone call?
I mean, what's the courtesy phone call for if you're not interested? Why would I give you a phone call and play with you like that? I'm not.
You know what that does? It stirs up controversy in the media, and you're gonna get people talking, and then it's gonna alienate the coach you do bring in. Well, you wasn't the first choice; it was better. It's just gonna bring a lot of drama.
No, I didn't say that, and I even just said he's not my first choice. I did say that. So again, you know, my first choice is Mike Tomlin if he was available.
And Bill Belichick obviously don't do well with phone calls. If you know what I mean.
I'm still giving him a phone call as a courtesy. I still have to. You know,
like when I get Belichick a phone call, that means you're bringing them in the building.
Yeah.
Status high, bro.
Not always. Remember, they do the phone call first.
Like, what would the phone call go like, Coach? Explain that to me.
Again, Bill, you know we have an opening here, and we're just doing our due diligence. We're trying to see, you know, if you are interested, possibly if we decide to go your way. You know, do you still have it? And of course, you're going to talk to him about, you know, and you're going to get the vibe. You're going to interview him per se over the phone, because you can pick up if he really does still have it. Now, if he doesn't, okay, that's it. You don't go any further. And it's just that simple. Again, he is good friends with Damari, so it's logical to at least say he gave him a courtesy phone call. That's really all it is. Nothing more. And again, I'm not saying he's my number one choice. He could be number 5. I'm giving him a phone call. And that's really what it boils down to.
It's based off of like a brotherhood type thing.
Yeah, it's an upside to Belichick, but there's a huge downside to it. And I think the downside outweighs the upside. I'll give you the upside. I said this yesterday on the stream. If you bring in a Bill Belichick, all you're bringing him in here to do is to get you to a baseline, to get you competitive, to get you relevant again. And I think he can actually do that because he's disciplined as fuck. So all that crazy shit on the field, all that shit, he gonna get rid of them players that's doing that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I will agree with you on that.
So your team is gonna be disciplined, and they're not gonna play stupid football. We say a lot of times with this Giants team, they play stupid football.
Yeah,
he's not gonna have you playing stupid football, but at the same time, he's not gonna be able to. I don't think he's gonna be able to get the most out the players based on his coaching style. Like they're not really gonna be able to. I don't think this team is gonna grow with a Bill Belichick. Is what I mean. And you want a young team like this. You got the foundation. You want it to grow. I think he will stunt their growth. But I think he'll get them playing a lot better football, though.
Yeah, I think he would take away the flame from Dart, Neighbors, Scatbo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He would literally pull
one of them off, and one of them will want to get out of here. And then just he would literally pull a Scatbo to the side and say, "Hey, no more of the rah-rah shit." You see what I'm saying? He'll make Scatbo like a Danny Woodhead type running back. You see what I'm saying? Like he won't be the batter. I'm starting comments in the chat too, y'all. So we got y'all's comments. I'm starting. I'm gonna highlight certain comments, so we're gonna come back to those. But we want to get through some of this list here. Breaking news, of course. Daboll's up out of there, bro. Got him out of there, man. Yeah. Hell yeah. Chop it up. All right, next one. This one's a little more popular, and that's Mike McCarthy. A lot of people see Mike McCarthy, a Super Bowl winning head coach. He did okay with Dallas, underperformed, I think, but I think you don't. Jerry Jones, you know what I'm saying? So, but Mike McCarthy, offensive-minded coach, is he the guy that you want in here with Jackson Dart? He is a veteran coach, and like I said, he is a Super Bowl winning head coach. So you gotta start with the champions first. I don't give a damn if it was 10 years ago, 20 years ago. They had whatever team they were coaching in the mindset to win a championship. And that's what we want here. Maybe y'all don't. Maybe y'all just want some exciting football. Me, Coach, Pat, I know what we want. We want to see this team win another Super Bowl. So, Mike McCarthy, man, that's a hard sell for me. It's a hard sell for me. I would not go crazy if they went that direction. Wouldn't excite me. It'd be a meh type of hire. But is Mike McCarthy a guy that can get you back to respectability? Because right now, let's be honest, y'all. This Giants franchise is a laughing stock. A laughing stock. So if you're tired of being laughed at least get somebody in here that can get you back to respectability. Can Mike McCarthy do that? Possibly. He did okay with Dallas. He did okay with Green Bay. You know? But what's y'all's thoughts on Mike McCarthy, man? This is a name that's being floated out a lot.
Mike McCarthy, his issue is not getting your team relevant. I think he's been relevant as a head coach as far as his teams his whole career. His thing is getting to the ultimate goal, the Super Bowl. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you're bringing him to get your team back respectable, it would be a decent hire because I know that he would get something out of Jackson Dart as far as not just being the superhero quarterback. No, he will actually let Jackson Dart play some football. And I think Malik Neighbors, those receivers, period, would love playing with a McCarthy type system. And I do believe he would develop Jackson Dart a back shoulder throw. Real talk. He would get a bigger receiver on the other side, let Malik Neighbors motion in the middle of the field. I don't know about Wan'Dale Robinson in the McCarthy system because his slot receivers are normally a little bit bigger and they go deep, do deep post and deep post corners. So I don't know about Wan'Dale Robinson with Mike McCarthy. But I know if Mike McCarthy as head coach, we would at least be 4-6. 2 of those games he wouldn't have lost. He wouldn't have lost. He definitely wouldn't have lost that Broncos game, and he definitely wouldn't have lost this Bears game.
I'm not losing that Broncos game, bro.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
If
So
I'm coaching.
Maybe the Cowboys game, I think he might have got that Cowboys game.
You should have won. They should have won that Cowboys game.
You know what I'm saying? This team really should be 6-4.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, 6-4. That's what they should be.
That tells you they have talent.
Yeah, they have talent. Because if they could go out there and beat the Chargers, if they could go out there and put them things on the Eagles the way they did, and all that momentum you had, maybe they gave the Eagles a better game that second game. Not saying they win it, but they would have gave them one hell of a game again. And the way the Eagles were reeling, you know what I'm saying? And the momentum they had with Scatbo and Dart, maybe McCarthy takes that and maybe rides into the playoffs. He's that type of coach. He did it with Bill Schroeder, not Antonio Freeman, but Schroeder. What's the other guy? Jennings. Donald Driver was there.
Donald Driver, yep.
Yeah, his system never had smaller receivers like that. Most of those dudes were like 6'3". So, and he definitely knows how to use the tight end. I do believe Theo Johnson and I think Bellinger would have probably took it over. When Theo Johnson was dropping the ball, he would have brought in Bellinger and be like, hey, look at what Bellinger's doing. And once we feel that you ready, we're gonna put you back in there because you are a talent. But we gotta sit you down, bro. All these drops, you're killing my quarterback. We gotta sit you down for a little bit. And if you're a respected head coach, the player will be like, okay, man, I need to get my shit together. And they'll go in there and they'll play lights out for you when they get their chance again. But Mike McCarthy, I wouldn't be excited and I wouldn't be super mad. It would be like, okay, he could get us respectable. But Super Bowl, no.
What you think, Coach?
No, just put that in the refrigerator. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. I mean, Pat, I agree with you, for the most part. McCarthy, I looked at when he went to Dallas. Right?
Mhm.
Dallas was pretty much roughly 8-18 for the most part, and he did get them to 12-4. So that's 4 wins over where they were, and for the most part, he, there were a few pieces they added, but I mean, he had Dak Prescott when he came in there, helped Dak. His game did improve a little bit under McCarthy, so he can help the quarterback there. So he is a leader. He does know how to coach at this level. Like you said, the question is the Super Bowl. Can he get you there? And that's always going to be a question because, he did have a bad man in Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers, and you only got the 1 Super Bowl. So there's always going to be that question there. So, but yeah, I'm with you on that. I wouldn't be, disgusted if you brought in McCarthy. I think he's a far bigger upgrade over Daboll. So, and like you guys said, do we lose a lot of these games? No. I even think that, he helps Scatbull and Dart in that Saints game, and I think we win that game, to be honest with you.
True.
So, 6-4, 7-3 overall. Yeah, I could. If we had McCarthy right now, I honestly think we would be there, and this team would be a lot better. I don't think he would be allowing, us to play prevent defense the way you have in those situations. He's going to force you as a DC to mix it up in certain situations. Sometimes bring the pressure. Sometimes you're going to, at least show that you're playing, even if it's a 5-yard off. You're not sitting back 12 yards off and giving receivers a free release. You're doing different things to force that quarterback to say, okay, well, they're playing up. You want to sit back with 2 high, 3 high? Okay, that's fine. But when you're literally putting all of your defenders and nobody at the second level, no, you can't have that. You can't have that because you're allowing them to just get down the field nice and easy with no type of resistance. So I don't have an issue with McCarthy. I'm with you guys there.
So the reason I switched the screen back again, I know you guys, some of you guys, man, shout out to the chat, man, 94 in the chat. Please hit that like button. If you guys are not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button for the Aboriginal Sports Network, as well as Big Pat Sports Talk, Coach Ed Sports, and Unpopular Opinion Sports. We are together part of the Aboriginal Sports Network. Check it out, y'all. Joe Shane is reported to be returning, and he will lead the head coach search. This was reported by Connor Hughes a little bit earlier. Art Stapleton is in on it now, and I've said it. I think we all kind of agree that I think Coach, you was out on Shane, but I think Joe Shane deserves to be here, and I think he does deserve a shot to turn this thing around. Because we all been talking about the talent. I remember a couple years ago, a report came out the Giants had the worst roster in the league, or one of the worst rosters in the league. You can't say that now. And they just had the report earlier that, the reason why, or one of the reasons why they got rid of Daboll was because of the close losses, because they actually had leads. So if you're able to get a lead on these teams, you have talent. You definitely have talent on your roster, man. So Joe Shane ain't going nowhere. I know it makes a lot of you upset, but think about this. And we're going to keep coming back to this. If you get rid of Joe Shane, you putting the ball back in John Mara's hands.
Yep.
Not a football guy. They're not football people, y'all. They're not. I can get into the history. I'm not going to do that right now, but they're not football people, and they need people that in there that know football and know what they're doing. And you got to think about, too, who else y'all like in the Giants organization? You like Brandon Brown. You like some of these other guys you seen on the Hard Knocks. You know, the other guy that was in there or whatever. They turn over the GM. You turning over a lot of positions in the front office.
Yep.
You know, you can't just redo everything every time. Subtle changes can turn into big results. So that's that. But let's get back into all right. This one, well, we could talk about the next two because Mike Kafka's on it. Spagnuolo is a lot of people banging the table for Spagnuolo. When we do these, when we looking at who could potentially be the next coach, the coach has got to want to come here too.
Mm-hmm.
I think he got a good situation with the Chiefs. First of all, probably going to go to the Hall of Fame as a DC. I've said that. I made a video about it. Follow my channel. But I don't think that Spagnuolo would want to come here back to the Giants with this type of team, with this turmoil that's going on with this franchise. Why would you want that? And remember, they passed on Spagnuolo when they fired who? Y'all know who it was. Which coach did Spagnuolo was the DC under? That they fired. It was somebody else too, I believe.
Wasn't it?
It wasn't McAdoo.
McAdoo. Remember they fired McAdoo. Spags was the coach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
They
it was
passed
intern.
on him, right, and hired Pat Shermer, right?
Yeah.
Correct. So again, all that to be said, would I like to give him a shot as a head coach? Sure, why not? I don't think he's want to come here. Now, Kafka, we just gonna have to wait and see for the season. I'm just gonna take a wait and see approach. I think he has the potential to do some things, but we got to see what he does with the team that he has on hand. So you want to look for certain things like how are the players responding? Are they playing harder? Are they playing more disciplined? You know, is he able to open up the offense? Is the defense playing better? Doesn't mean I'm not looking for wins and losses because this Giants season is cooked. And their schedule ain't getting no better. You just got Lions, Packers. Oh my, you got a bunch of fucking teams that's gonna kick your ass. You know what I'm saying? But again, you want to see improvement. I want to see effort. I can tell when a team is cooked. Me and Pat we both good at that shit, bro. We like, man, these dudes cooked. You know what I'm saying? They can't look cooked. You know what I'm saying? They got to be out there trying and showing some type of effort. So I'm going to kick it back over to you. Spagnuolo, Mike Kafka. Any of these guys move the needle for you right now?
No, because I believe Spagnuolo is cool on the Giants. I don't think he would come back. And I like him better as a defensive coordinator. People mentioned in the chat he was not a good head coach. But as far as a defensive coordinator, yeah, but that's never going to happen because why would I move to the Giants to be DC and I'm over there with the Chiefs in the Hall of Fame resume built? So you can cancel Steve Spagnuolo off that list. Now, Mike Kafka, he's going to have a chance to show. And just like you said, it's not about wins and losses because we're cooked. Let's just keep it a buck. We're cooked. But I want to see a direction. What's the direction? Is this defense playing better in tough situations? Are they not giving up defensive holdings on 3rd and 14s anymore? Are they not getting mad pass interferences anymore? Are the mistakes being taken away from this team? Are people catching the ball when they're supposed to make catches? Are they making good catches when they're supposed to? Are they staying off on sides and not going off sides or false starting or taking away big plays from the team because of penalties? Things like that I want to see. And if they're doing that and they're just playing good teams and they're just losing some games because you're playing the freaking Lions, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Give him a shot. If he could salvage this season, if he gets us to 5 to 6 wins, I think he's done a hell of a job. If he could get 4 wins out of these last 7 games, that's a damn good job considering the schedule that we have.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not about wins and losses. You're not gauging Mike Kafka on wins and losses. You're gauging to see if he can get back control of this team and get these guys' spirits up. You're looking for a leader of men right now. That's what you're looking for. So go ahead, Coach.
No, I'm with you, Pat. I mean, Spags, I don't see coming. I mean, honestly, I really don't. Because this would be, in his eyes, I mean, first of all, what type of offense, who's he's coming with as an offensive coordinator? I don't think he would come here. Maybe another opening comes about and he gets hired there, yeah, but not here. He's already been here before too, and like you said, maybe he still has some resentment, a little resentment. So Kafka, I said it earlier, it's his job to lose, because he has the first shot. I mean, right now he has to prove himself. So this is his opportunity. So if he goes out and like you said, Pat, he gets 4 wins, and this team is competing, and they're not getting smacked around, and you feel the energy, then yeah, he's probably going to get high considerations going into next year, unless there's just that like I said, a Mike Tomlin who comes about, and then it is what it is. But
let me ask y'all something. It just was a download. Like, it just popped in my head. Is there a chance that the reason they kept Kafka around this whole time? Because remember that, like, this dude, he really been trying to, like, kind of get out of here on the low. You know what I'm saying? And they kept him around, and they gave him that assistant head coaching position. Is there any chance that was their whole little backup? In the meantime, like, all right, Kafka, yo, if we don't work with Dabes, you next, bro.
Well, any smart business would do that. That's just the reality. And it's not trying to keep it on the DL. It's like, if I'm Daboll, I'm already reading that, and I'm already seeing that, I got to step up, because if not, he's the next in line. So that's just football. That's just business. So, and yeah, for as far as a GM, yeah, that's smart. I have to give Shane credit here. You see the talent, so yes, you don't want to lose it. And then, he was already here in the house, and if things don't go right, you see the trends. You've had enough information with Daboll time and time and time again. So yes, you set yourself up that, if this happens, then, and to me, that's just being a smart business person or a smart GM. Go ahead, Pat, you got it.
If that is the case, NYG, that means 2022 was Kafka the whole way. Because you got to think, man, those systems were totally different. When we ran in 2022 is totally different from what we ran since then. When Brian Daboll said, I'm taking over the play call and I'm going to put in my system. And Kafka was like, well, we can't run that with Daniel Jones because he's not that type of quarterback. He's a pocket type quarterback. And the talent that we have around him, we can get it to where he can escape and make some runs, which they did. And I think 2022, he was building Daniel Jones. And I think Daniel Jones was going to go higher in that system that they was running with him and Barkley. But everything got flipped upside down because of ego. This is supposed to be because of me. So we're going to run my full system. And Kafka's like, I don't know, man. That's my thought into it.
I and I want to answer Nimar's question real quick, because it's important for people to understand. Appreciate you tapping in, Nimar. Always been a supporter of the channel, so we definitely appreciate you, bro. Much love. Kafka, if he's calling the plays, whose playbook is he calling though? See, that's what you got to understand.
Exactly.
See, what Pat is saying is true. The playbook was different in 2022. It had to been, bro. It had to been a combined playbook. Because remember, remember what they said they was going to do in the first place? They was going to take Kafka's plays and combine it with Daboll's system and make one system. I think what Daboll said was, and I think they might have told him this, like, hey, this first year, you just need to worry about coaching. Let Mike handle the offense. Let Wink handle the defense. You just worry about coaching the team. That shit wasn't enough for him. So he alienated Kafka, snatched play calling from him, fired Wink Martindale, and then here we got the situation today. But I do believe that that shit was different, that he wasn't really that much involved in the fucking play calling per se that year. I don't. That's why the team looked fucking better, because he let the guys that were supposed to do their job do their job. Now, what did he do? Come back and say, and we could talk about what that play calling was. And I'll let you two go in on that, but I'll just lay the foundation. Heavy run, heavy RPO in 2022. What are we getting in 23, 24, 25, right? Runs up the middle, one read and take off offense, because that's what it is. It's a one read, ain't there, maybe another read, go. That's Brian Daboll's offense. A lot of short routes. And it's quick read, and if it ain't quick, because he can't develop, he doesn't have a developed system. And that's what people was missing in Buffalo. So it was two different systems. But y'all take it away. Break it down.
Go ahead, coach.
As far as the play calling, what Nimmer was talking about, I'm with you, NYG. I mean, a lot of it is based off of Daboll and him wanting to prove how much he's changing the game of football. I mean, one of the things you've seen how he, always talks about the running game, and he also coaches it more as an afterthought, as opposed to an important component to an offensive game plan. I said it earlier on a different program. I said, I don't even see us run true power, where, we could have ran 12 personnel, had Belly as an offset wing, motion him to an offset fullback, run power and pull a backside guard, even if they have an 8-man box.
With Jonathan Taylor and Tyler Warren, bro. We was all both like, yo, if they use Bellinger like they using Tyler Warren, bro, they could.
But that's my point. But see, the thing is, Daboll doesn't have that mind, didn't instill that mindset. What is one of their biggest mantras? Shane talked about it when he came in the door. Tough, smart, dependable. This team is not mentally tough. They don't have the mental fortitude. They're not smart, and they're not dependable. That comes from your head coach instilling that from your coordinators, to your position coaches, who then instill that into your players. And some of that, to me, power is a basic foundational play that we teach going back to high school. Freshman year in high school, kids learn this. And
that's one of the most basic plays, coach.
Yes, but he doesn't. His running play is a 0 dive in a sense, a 2 dive or a 1 dive. When I'm talking about, when I say dive, it's just basically in between the 2 guards in the center. And we all see that. It's nothing fancy. Look, I get it. That's what we used to run back when I was in high school and when I was coaching. You want to be technical? You could run trap off of that.
Yeah.
Have a good night. You could definitely run trap and things, but we don't even see that. We don't see the creativity. He was supposed to be an offensive guru. Okay, I didn't see it. but you don't have a basic foundation. Now, the power that he does like to run is quarterback power.
Yep.
But he likes to pull the backside tackle. Where on that one that Dart got hit and caused the fumble. If you go back and look,
power.
That was power, but he was waiting for Illuminar because Illuminar was late getting over there, and he kind of pushed him to get him up in there and got hit because he was waiting for him. Where earlier, I get it. Earlier, they got to the point of attack, they cleaned it, they opened up the alley, and he was able to just get up in there and run. Well, you can do the same thing with any of the running backs. Tracy was more productive going off tackle. That's where power is. A power is an off tackle play. And you're pulling a backside guard, bringing an extra lineman. So if they want to bring an 8-man box and you have 7 men, look, all you're doing, everybody get on the hat, down, kick out, pull around, clean up. All you want to do is get 4 to 5 yards. In game situation, game management, that runs that clock down where, you know what? Chicago then is not saying, oh, we knew they were going to crack. We were going. No, now you're getting tough. The offensive linemen love that because now it's angle. It's coming down on a guy, and if you're coming off the backside guard, you're just looping around and you're looking for some little defensive back or a safety that you can just go smack them around like they're your girlfriend. I mean, sorry, I shouldn't say that. But you get my point. You know, they come in there and they really clean it out and give a running back. And running backs love power. They will tell you that. Most running backs will tell you. You ask them from high school on. And I think, Pat, you were saying it yesterday. Anytime that, you know, we went under the gun, had the quarterback under the center to take the snap, it was play action. But when we were running, we were in the gun. Well, you don't think the defense sees that? But yet still, we don't have a coach who is, and I don't think Kafka is like that. I think Kafka is very smart.
I think he can think past go. That's a fact.
Yes. And he's been with Andy Reid, and you know he has those foundational pieces in there. He knows how to get. It will give you power, even if he does power out of the gun. But he will give you formations that he can pass out of and run out of, and it doesn't become predictable. Because that's the one thing about this offense. It's very predictable. And if we as casual, some of us as casual fans, some of us as more intellectual, but if we can see this, why the hell can't someone who's being paid millions of dollars in the NFL, who should be self-scouting, not figure all this out? So
that's all ego, bro. That's all ego.
What have I been calling him? I've been calling him what? Napoleon?
Yep. Facts.
And people love to bash Mike Kafka's play calling in 2022. But you got to think, he didn't have half the talent that we have now in that offense. And that offense is still our highest scoring offense. With the worst quarterback in the world, injured Saquon Barkley, and Daniel Bellinger. And Slayton. And it took, 4 to 5 weeks for Slayton to even come in because he was playing David Seals because he didn't like Slayton.
Didn't like Slayton.
All those rollout play action plays that we were running, Daniel Jones was running free on most of those plays. You want to know why? Because you had to worry about the running back power. You had to worry about the run game. Now they already know you're trying to roll out right here. We're going to go smack the quarterback every time. It don't work. Nothing works anymore when Brian Daboll got here. Yeah. The announcers call the plays live.
We call the plays. We calling drives, bro.
Right.
We called the end of the game.
How did Mike Kafka suck when we won a playoff game with his system? If you're going to put the whole 22 thing on Mike Kafka and say his play calling sucked in 2022, how did we win a playoff game that year? With way less talent. There was no Malik Neighbors on that team. Wan'Dale Robinson wasn't on that team. We did that with Richie James, Darius Slayton, and Hodgins.
That's crazy work.
Oh, yeah, 2026 was on that team. Yeah, so was Daniel Jones. He played well that year. it wasn't the light show that he's doing with the Colts because he's in a system that really fits him. But at least Kafka had sense enough to be like, look, I can work a little bit with this guy. Not to mention that he had to have Brian Daboll's instill on that system. You see what I'm saying? But in spite of that, he still got him to the playoff.
Hey man, look, we and you got to think too, Pat. Not only that, bro, but the fact of the matter is, think about it, bro. You also had who over there on the defense, coaching the defense. See, the Brian Daboll came in here and messed the whole chemistry of this team up.
Yep.
Because you had your guy as a DC, bro. You had your DC. This is why we talking about Deontay Banks. This is why people want Kayvon Thibodeau gone. This is why people talking shit about Dexter Lawrence. Because why? You got miscast players in a miscast system. It's not just offense, it's defense. And I'm bringing this up because a lot of people want Shane Bourne gone. And I'm with you guys. But don't come up here and act like this shit is on the defense, bro. I'm sick of this shit. Y'all was doing this with Wink Martindale.
Yeah.
This has been on Daboll in the offense the whole entire fucking time, bro. I don't want to hear nothing about motherfucking stats, my G. I don't want to hear nothing about no damn stats. Because yesterday in that motherfucking game, they was up. And guess what? 3 and out. Well, first turnover, 3 and out, 3 and out. So, that being said, I want to ask about a guy that I'm intrigued about. I ain't heard nobody really talk about this person. And here's the list. You guys, if you want to add more people to this list right here, I just pulled this one off of Twitter. We already spoke about some of these guys. Basically the top couple ones. I'm gonna get into some other ones, man. But I want to ask you guys why I got you two here, because I'm gonna ask you guys some football shit. Jesse Minter for the Chargers. I'm really intrigued. I want a defensive guy, but what I want to ask you is, what is his system? Like, what is his system, and would he be good with the players that we got here? Would it be a fit? Basically, is what I'm asking. Y'all got it.
When you say what is the system, are you talking about offensively?
Ain't Jesse Minter the DC for the Chargers?
Yeah, no, he's DC. That's why I'm asking you.
I'm talking about defense. Yeah, I ain't talking about offense right now. We'll come back to the offensive guys, but I want to go back. I want to get to this defense because everybody talking about Shane Bourne need to be fired. Get rid of Shane Bourne, but then y'all talking about bringing in the offensive coordinator and the offensive coach. Ass backwards. This is what the fuck I'm talking about.
Let me
let's talk some defensive guys. Let's get into it.
Pat, you can answer this too. When Bowen was brought here, what was his base defense in Tennessee? Was it an odd or an even front?
It was a 4-3 over.
Exactly. But he's come here and he's going with an even front look. I mean, an odd front look. Sorry, not even. So he went from a 4 front to, in a sense, a 3 front. So now I'm not justifying him with all his calls because I have issues with him. But foundationally, he did kind of change up what he was doing at a different organization. Mentor, he's going to come in. What does he run out there in San Diego? I mean, Los Angeles. Sorry, I'm still not over that. He runs an even front. So, and what success? Well, I can't say what success because we've had success with both, but we've also been very aggressive with when we had either a 4 front or a 3-4 base. Because I go back to the 80s, and it was 3-4. It was 3-4. So
yeah, it was 4-3.
under
the last
Coughlin.
couple ones, yeah.
Yes. When we won those Super Bowls under Coughlin, it was a 4-front, and that was the foundation. That's where everyone in the league had transitioned to. So Mentor is probably going to be the same way. So that's how I see it now. Is he more of a zone or a man-to-man? I really haven't dissected him as a Mentor was at Michigan, so
Yeah.
I think he was more of a man-based type.
That's why I was asking you. Yeah, because I know he coached at Michigan, and he went with Harbaugh to the NFL.
And I think he's knowledgeable in both, Coach. I think he's knowledgeable on 3-4 and 4-3 because with the people that we have now is built for 3-4.
Exactly. I feel like,
because you're gonna have to put Thibodeau on the inside because I think he's the more physical one, is just going straight up with a guard.
And Dex you allow Bill Carter,
nose, bro. Yeah, you have to put Dex at the nose. You got Sears Anderson. You put him at the 3. And then you let Bill Carter and Brian Burns go hunt. And you allow Thibodeau when a Carter needs a rest or you feel that Thibodeau has the advantage on the edge, you put him at the edge. You put Abdul Carter in the inside. You just keep switching them. Same thing with Brian Burns, but all 3 of them will be on the field. So you have to worry about all 3 positions on the field with Dexter Lawrence at nose tackle, which you have to double team. And sometimes he even beats that at the nose tackle. So I don't get it. Like, it's not that hard to use these guys. It's not that hard. They're making it too complicated. Like, we got to do this to get Carter on the field and Thibodeau on the field and Brian Burns. No,
you got guys that, this is my problem. When you got guys that can rush the passer, why aren't we, first of all, pressing? And why aren't we attacking more? Because, again, the back end is helped by the front end. So if you can lock these guys up instead of letting them sit back in coverage, like if you can give your defense a couple seconds to get there, I think they're going to get there. But the problem is they allow teams to quick pass and eat them up down the field because they always in zone. You're not giving your defense a chance to rush. And most of that is because you can't stop the run. But if you have an attacking defense, I think that it all plays into it. Because I'm just basing on the way Wink coached and how they could have built off of that. You know what I'm saying? They should have built off of the systems that they had in 2022. That offensive system and the defensive system. And they scrapped both of them. You got rid of both of your systems.
Yeah.
Somehow the head coach still survived through it. What head coach gets rid of both intentionally, not because somebody hired like the Eagles and plucked your coach because you won a Super Bowl? Nah, you want to get rid of these guys. And you change the system, but you allow your GM to draft for the system that you had in 2022. I think that's what pissed Shane off. And Trina might be right. It might have made him mad, like, bro, what you switching it up for? I got these guys and now you can't use them? Like, you making me look bad.
Just about it. And I want to
ask, he's not using Neal and he's not using Hyatt and he's not using Bellinger, the guys that Joe Shane drafted, and you using blown motor instead, and cats like that. Think about it, bro. That would piss me off. Like, bro, I got you.
What are you doing?
He's on the field.
And let me ask you this, Coach. Do you think at an attacking 3-4 defense, like I would run 3-4 over, I would run wide 9 with us as well. On passing situations, I'm running wide 9 with Burns and Abdul Carter, and good luck stopping them from getting the edge, and good luck stopping Dexter Lawrence from getting pressure up the middle to stop you from stepping up in the pocket when they get that edge on you. And then they both got one hell of a spin move. So they can actually get to the inside as well. Do you think an attacking style type 3-4 will actually help this defense stop the run? I truly believe that.
Pat, to me, unless you're two gapping out of a 3-4, a 3-4 today should be attacking. It should be attacking, number one. Number two, I'm a strong proponent. I don't care if I am cover zero, single high, or man free. I like running man free. But you show a two shell and you always rotate your coverage. Why do I say that? Because a quarterback now has to wait. You can say pre-snap, but if you stay pre-snap, if you show a two high, okay, they know what you're going to be in for the most part, even if you go to quarters. But if you go too high and now you roll to a cover 3 or a man free or cover 0, it changes and it forces the quarterback to hold the ball just a split second longer, and it allows your front to get after the quarterback. Like NYG, you said the front end helps the back end. Well, the back end can also
like and subscribe button for us. Shout out to JD Harper.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Coach.
The front end. Both sides can help each other. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing where if you're rotating your coverage, okay, there are things the offense is going to do just to see if you're going to rotate your coverage. But for the most part, you could stay vanilla. You can bump it. There have been times where I showed I was going to be in the zone and I went man. I showed where I looked like I was going to be in man. I took a guy who was on the right side of our defense and went in motion with a receiver, and then we bumped it into zone. But usually when everybody sees motion and the defensive runs with a receiver, what do you always say? That's man. But then when you bump it into zone, the quarterback will hold that ball. Next thing you know, you get a sack off of that. You know.
Yo, Coach. I really got to start this show with you. I want to go over play concepts and defensive concepts and offensive concepts. I definitely got to start this show with you. I was thinking about that the other night. But my vision, the way that I actually envisioned this defense that I thought they were going to do, it was going to be more of a 3-4 to where you could put Thibodeau or Abdul Carter right there at the 2, put Dex right over in the nose, and put Sears Anderson or the guy that we signed from the Chauncey Golston right there. So on pass plays, you just come straight at them. My talent is better than your talent. I trust Thibodeau against your guard. I trust Dexter Lawrence not to beat your double team, but at least draw the double team to where Thibodeau's one-on-one, Burns is one-on-one, and Abdul Carter's one-on-one. And I'm taking my chances with those guys. I'm pressing up, or at least being right there at the line of scrimmage, at the line of game, to where my guys can come up and tackle. And I got one linebacker, which can be Bobby Okereke, that can maneuver in the middle of the field to stop those quick middle of the field passes that we give up so much, because we're not using our full talent. That's why Abdul Carter doesn't have any sacks.
Yeah, even the Bears fan says it, man. Dart reminds me of Jim McMahon with the headband running headfirst into defenders. Y'all got some good players on both sides of the ball. This is a Chicago Bears fan telling us what we've been telling y'all is that we do have talent. So even other fan bases are seeing what we've been seeing. Lock in, Giants fans, to the Aboriginal Sports Network. I'm telling y'all. And shout out to you. What is it? Jedi Harper.
Jedediah Harper.
Jedediah Harper. Shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you tapping hands. Sub to the Aboriginal Sports Network, please.
And I wanna create this show, Coach, because of comments like this. You want Dexter to take a double team. It takes away an extra lineman. You want Dex to be double teamed. That's what I'm not getting. You're running to where Dex doesn't have to be double teamed. It is stupid. You put Dex right over the nose and have that center and sweats the whole game, because if you're pushing The center, if they don't double team, Dex is getting in there. There's only one center I've seen that give Dex fits, and he's retired. And that was Kelsey. And because he was so quick and knew leverage so good that he would stop Dex from getting right into the quarterback's lap. And sometimes even he would tell you, Dex is a freaking monster. I can't stand him. Mm-hmm. Even he said it. So why is Dex not primary over the nose? That opens up so much more for your premium. You got Ferraris out there, bro. And Brian Burns and Duke Carter and Thibodeau. And guess what? Thibodeau stepped up his game against the run, so now I can trust him on the other side of Dexter Lawrence to hold his spot in the run game.
Here's the thing that, I know I'm going to piss off some of you people, and I don't care. Just can't none of y'all out-coach me. But in the 3-4, in terms of the aggression, you can play so many different games with that. You can come straight at it, like Pat just said. I can put him in a tight formation. For those of you who don't know, the tight formation means I got Dex at the 0. I got 2 guys inside the guard. I'm sorry, not inside the guard. Inside on the outside shoulder of the guard, inside the tackle, and I got 2 edge rushers. So I got 5 across. And I could drop 2 off of one side, rotate the defense, and I could overload the other side, sliding Dexter. And you may not like it, but now I'm sliding because how many times have you seen some teams where you have 2 offensive linemen not blocking anybody because they were looking to the outside and they drop, and next thing you know, you have a nose guard slipping right by them, widening out to not allow that quarterback to get outside him. And now you still have 4 coming off of that other side, and you only have 2 guys on that side to try and block 4. You can do things like that. There are so many different ways you can do it. Like people put, why is Burns dropping in the coverage? You do that. You don't do it often, but you do that to let the offense know, well, he can drop in coverage. He might drop. So now we got to worry about, do they overload to this side? Is somebody replacing him? Are they sending a linebacker? I mean, one of the greatest outside linebackers, edge, whatever you want to call it, LT, has dropped into coverage. And how many interceptions did he get? I could tell you, Detroit on Thanksgiving Day, where he ran 97 yards because he dropped into the flat and nobody thought he was going there. And they had pressure coming from the quarterback's right side, and he threw it to that side, and LT picked it off. Joe Montana in the playoffs, same type of thing. LT undercut it, picked it off, returned it for a touchdown, and Montana got his ass smacked around behind that play. There's so many different things that you can do. You don't always have to just line up and come straight. You move the front line and play games. We can even run stunts with Dexter. Dexter can attack the guard out of the 0 tech, attack the guard,
push him out the way,
and then have somebody loop around.
Like Thibodeau come right in there, scot-free.
Exactly. So it's like
I would want to
I don't see that. I don't see any of that.
Any of it, bro.
I don't. And I'm sitting here talking to you from my home, telling you, and this is my experience, 40 years of experience. And I've run a 4 set, I've run an odd set, I've done it all. I've run both sets in a game. You can do it. And with the talent that's here, I'm like, we talk about, Banks is washed. Well, there's certain things that we need to do to help him.
Yep.
You can help him where, guess what? This is what and you teach these guys. This is where the pressure is coming from. So expect Banks, expect the quarterback to try and come to you. Play inside leverage, attack him, funnel this receiver to the outside. Now you have the sideline as your help. Mm-hmm. People always, he needs to get his head around. Well, sometimes, you know what? If you know that pressure is coming, that ball is going to be in the air fast. You can't have the time sometimes. You got to play the receiver's hands. And if you play the hands, you can probably pop that ball, deflect it, safety's coming across, tip drill, boom, bingo. Now we have the interception. So, I mean, it's just so, and that's any defense. I could do this out of a 4 front. I could do this out of a 3 front. I could do this out of a 5 front. It don't matter.
That's a fact.
But the point is, we don't see this type of aggression out of this coaching staff. People killed Wink for his exoticness, but Wink was aggressive.
Yeah.
He was aggressive, and you can
And
see it.
when it was on, you got turnover after turnover after turnover. It was crazy.
Exactly.
So
So
a couple things here. So you guys got into this a little bit. But says Coach Ward says you think Shane keeps Banks, Hyatt, and Neal because he thinks a new coach could salvage them. All right. With Deontay Banks, I think the Giants have to make a 5th-year option decision on him. What, next year?
Yeah. After next
So,
year.
yeah, Thibodeau on them was this year.
Yeah, Thibodeau and them was this year. So Banks and them will be next year. So yeah, you got
time. You have time with him.
You got time to make a decision on that one. With Hyatt, I think Joe Shane would want to give his new head coach an opportunity to see if he could do something with Hyatt, especially if it's an offensive guy.
Is Hyatt free after this year, though? Because they got a lot of guys who are free after this year.
Hyatt came in the Banks draft, so I think.
So then,
Hyatt has 2 more years.
Yeah, he's got another year.
No, he got another year. After next year, he'll be a free agent.
After this next, not this year, but after the next year. You're right. And they got Banks for 2 more because they can
give him his 5th-year option.
His 5th-year option. And then with Evan Neal, it's over, bro.
Yeah, it's over.
They ain't picked the 5th-year option up. They're not playing him. Yeah, they didn't trade him. He'll be gone. Which is sad, but that's how it is.
Out of those 3, Banks is the most salvageable, though.
Yeah, we talking about it. I think if you change the scheme, you get a better a corner. You know what I'm saying? If you watch him in the red zone, when he press, when he puts his hands on you, it gets results. You know, we watch him in the red zone. But whenever they're not in the red zone, he's off 7 yards off the damn receiver. So you asking these guys to be lightning fast in order to come up and make a quick fucking tackle, and these guys are light. They not making those type of tackles. That's why they drafted Banks, a bigger corner. But anyway, they missed the boat on Brian Flores.
He's gone, bro. He sued the Giants, bro.
But he's
never
the
coming
perfect fucking guy
that could get this defense unlocked. I promise you. Yeah.
They blew that one.
I think Brian Flores would have had this defense. Oh my goodness,
guy, bro. This team, period, bro. I think he was a good head coach. He got a raw fucking deal in Miami. Come on, bro. It's Miami. Yeah, Tua. Tua's awful.
And he said that.
Yeah, he was fucking right. You know what I'm saying? That dude's trash, bro. But he would have been the perfect candidate, man. And they fucked that up. They fucked that up, man. But oh yeah, and here's a
lawsuit against us, right?
Yeah, he still got. I think they're trying to settle it or something. Here's the last one. I thought this was interesting. Shout out to Dan XT7. Says my pick for head coach is Chris Shula. Y'all know the Shula name. The Rams are 2nd in points allowed, and the guy who he replaced in LA was Raheem Morris, who was 1st in points allowed. The downside is the scheme is a lot different. I think that's the upside.
Facts.
Yeah, we want something completely different on both sides of the ball. What the hell they running? But y'all guys want to speak on Chris Shula with the Rams?
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really familiar with him, so I can't speak too much on him.
Well, Chris Shula with the Rams use a bevy of fronts, coach. They use a bevy of fronts to make up for the loss of Aaron Donald. They run twists, they run stunts. That front 7 for the Rams is no joke. No joke. With Fisk, the other guy they got from Florida State,
Verse,
Jared Verse, all those guys, bro, they get after it. and they run stunts. They come wide nine. He runs so many different front schemes, bro. Like you don't know where the Rams are coming. They blitz the linebackers very well. The things that gets the Rams in trouble is when you actually block it up and you can attack their secondary. That's what hurts the Rams. But for them to be second in points allowed with the secondary that they have, I know it can be done with this secondary. Because you use your secondary to your advantage with your front. You hold those guys up at the line of scrimmage to get that quarterback, a tick slow. And with you getting there so fast, it makes it hard to complete passes against you. Now, when you get an offensive line that start blocking you up consistently, then you're in trouble. You're going to have to start blitzing. And sometimes that works. We was calling it yesterday. All those quarterbacks that were getting blitzed, fetal position. Daniel Jones, Penix, all the guys.
Yeah,
fetal
bro.
position.
Let's get back after it. That's why I miss Wink Martindale, bro. That's why I said Brian Flores. I'm with y'all. I want an attacking defense. I don't want my D coordinator. You got these guys that want to hunt the quarterback, bro.
Yeah, you gotta
let them get after it, bro. Stop playing these guys in coverage. You seeing Burns drop it, which I don't mind dropping the D in coverage every once in a while to throw them off. But again, just let these guys get after it, bro. Blitz, like get after it, bro. They play scared.
Yep, and you get burnt when you play scared. When you play scared like that, when you're sending 3 people half the time, oh, we gotta be so much in coverage because our DBs, man, forget that, bro. Get after this quarterback.
Why do you think your DBs get burnt? You playing all that coverage.
Yeah, you giving the quarterback way too much time. Yeah. Nobody can cover for that long. That's why I think Tyler Nubin should be playing the Jason Pinnock role.
Especially these guys in this division, bro.
Right.
You got Jaden Daniels and Jalen Hurts. Yeah, bro. You don't want those guys just sitting back, chilling, so they can take off, burn you for an 80-yard run. Get after it, bro.
Why do you think Dak Prescott? Yeah, he destroyed us, bro, because he had time.
Right.
Yeah, all that time. I want you running around, moving backwards like Caleb Williams was in the beginning. Because the beginning of that game, they were ineffective, bro, until then Jackson Dart went down and then your head coach just folded. You know what I'm saying? But when we was chasing, yeah, Caleb Williams was escaping, but we was chasing him. You see what I'm saying? Eventually, he's going to get tired of running 20 yards back on every play. He's going to get tired of that, bro. And then we literally almost had them one-dimensional. But I say, you know what? It's only 10 points. All they got to do is run the ball. All they got to do is run the ball, score right here, and this game is over.
They literally ran that shit down. Just like you said, they ran that shit down. It's about 3 minutes. Scored, kicked that shit. Went 3 and out right on cue. Got the ball back, won the game. We said that shit on fucking live, bro. Go watch the live.
Yeah.
Giants.
But yeah, attacking style type defense, bro. Yeah, some games you may give up a bunch of yards passing because we just ain't getting there. But for the most part, bro, you're going to have success with 3 guys like that. Like, come on, man. With a Dexter Lawrence, with him? Come on, bro. Most teams don't have that. They got 3 edge rushers that can get it and a nose tackle that's the best in the league. Like, we shouldn't be this bad on defense. You should be playing your hardest just to score 20 points against us. Real talk. But
well,
go ahead, NYG.
If he does pick up if they do pick up Brian Daboll, that'll be the end of Jalen Hurts' fucking career.
Oh no, Brian Daboll ain't going nowhere near the Eagles unless he's an assistant quarterback coach or something. He won't have nothing to do with the offense.
Do you think Saquon Barkley wants Brian Daboll anywhere near the fucking Eagles?
That's a fact.
Ain't happening.
That ain't
Good
happening.
try,
And
though.
the Eagles got to beat up on them 8 times. What? Damn near 10 times. They're like, they know what Brian Daboll is.
They're not doing that, bro. His best bet, like I said, is to go back to fucking college. Go to
Yep.
Alabama, go one of these programs and see if you can get right. Speaking of, as I'm looking at this list, man, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm crossing the last 3 guys off. John Gruden, Patrick Graham, and Leslie Frazier. I don't
Oh
want
man,
parts of
no.
none of them. But that other guy is interesting. And you talked about this yesterday, Pat. That's Lane Kiffin, Jackson Dart's former quarterback coach at Ole Miss. I think he's still coaching at Ole Miss, right?
Mm-hmm.
So can they give Lane Kiffin a bag, bring him over to the Giants, where he has Jackson Dart there? Now Kiffin, am I remembering right? He did coach in the NFL before, right?
As a head coach?
Nah, I think he was an OC or something.
Oh, I know he was OC at Alabama. I think he was the head coach at Alabama. He was the head coach at USC. Been the head coach
He didn't
at.
go to. He's not been in the NFL yet.
I'm doing this off the top of my head. That's why I'm just. Hold a minute. Let me look it up. Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead, coach. Because
He might have been like a quarterback.
I think I may be misremembering.
Now, I know his dad was a
Monty
coordinator. Monty Kiffin, yeah.
Monty
So,
Kiffin, I do remember.
coordinator.
I want to say Lane Kiffin was in the
he
NFL
was
too at one point.
defensive quality control for the Jaguars in 2000. He was with the.
Oh, he was the Raiders head coach. Okay.
I knew it, bro. God damn it.
Oh yeah, he was. That's right.
I knew he was in the NFL. I knew he was in the NFL.
He was
So-
there for a couple of years. Okay.
So yeah, so we could look into that. But how do y'all feel initially about a Lane Kiffin possibly teaming him back up with Jackson Dart?
I've always had issues with Lane Kiffin.
Shout out to Ghost Dog. Appreciate you tapping in, bro. Let us know.
Before you go, I just want to give you all of his head coaching. I mean, he's coaching in the NFL. He was the Oakland Raiders head coach, and that was it. And then he went right back to college. So
yeah.
Oh, he was a Jaguars defensive quality control.
Yeah.
But after that, he went to USC for a long time under Pete Carroll. Then he became the head coach of the Raiders in 2007, which was a disaster. Then he went to Tennessee. Then he went to USC, Alabama offensive coordinator, and then Florida Atlantic, 2017 to 2019, and 2020 he's been at Ole Miss since 2020. So if you're gonna base it off the NFL, he was a disaster just for 1 year. The Raiders,
2015, yeah.
But the Raiders were, oh my goodness, during that time.
I'm not going to judge any coach that coached for the Raiders as a it's just one of those teams where you're pretty much destined to fail. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't holding that against you on some real shit, but it didn't work out. So that is you could mark it on there if you want to. I ain't gonna be mad at it, but I just want the overall, connection between him, Dart. Is that something you guys would want to see? This guy come in with I think Dart is, like y'all said, I think he good. Like, I don't think he need to be baby. Like, he need this super quarterback guru to develop him and shit. Like, just give him a system, let him run it. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of fans, they want to get the offensive guy. Again, we just doing content for all the fans of the Giants. They all have different opinions. I'm here to kind of be a mediator and, throw your guys' opinions into the conversation because I hear this shit on Twitter. But how do y'all feel about teaming him up with his former college coach? Go ahead.
Like I said earlier, I've always had issues with Lane Kiffin. But a lot of those college concepts are playing in the NFL. So it's like, but the question I'm going to ask is this, because I don't believe so. is he a coach that can get you to the Super Bowl and win it? And the answer for me is no. He hasn't done it in college, and he's had some high prolific programs. Ole Miss, we'll see this year. They're doing, they're in contention for a playoff spot. So, but he hasn't won the SEC title. So, and that to me, would be a big feather in his belt right there. So, I understand about the relationship they have, but bottom line is, can he win it? And it's more than just having that relationship with Darden. I understand the quarterback is the most important position, but for me, it's you still got 53 other guys you got to deal with, and these guys, they paying their bills. So you win a championship, that's a little bit more money in their pocket. So it's different than when you're dealing with high school guys. Now look, he's 50 years old now. So when he first got the Raiders gig, he was 31. So you grow.
He was young,
you do grow as a coach.
Man, he 50? Was it that long ago? Shit.
Yeah, 2007. That's almost 20 years.
Damn, I got a better memory than I thought. I remember that shit
Right.
20 years ago.
So me, it's if they hired him, okay, I'm gonna take a wait and see approach, but he's not my number one. He's probably at the bottom. I'll be honest with you. Y'all can hate me. I'll take Belichick over him. That's me. That's me. And
it's a hard sell for me, bro. Yeah, that's tough, bro. I'd rather make Jackson Dart happy than piss him off with Bill Belichick. But go ahead.
No, you're missing what I'm saying. What I'm saying, they're both at the bottom of my list. That's what I'm getting.
I got you.
let me say this because Eric Johnson really wants us to answer this question. Guys, once again, if John Harbaugh, the head coach from the Ravens, got fired, would you go get him? For stability? Yeah.
Why not? But I don't think he's going nowhere. But hell yeah.
Nah. Yeah, I will go get him.
Anybody from that AFC North got fired, maybe not Stefanski. I don't know. Stefanski ain't that bad.
What's the name from Cincinnati?
Nah.
Him, no. The other three,
coaches.
I'll take Stefanski on the back end, but Harbaugh and Tomlin, yeah.
All
that dude
day.
from Cincinnati, nah. He's riding Joe Burrow's coat. He about to get fired anyway. Speaking of, somebody asked about Lou Amarillo. That's a hard no for me as well. The Giants did interview him back in the Daboll hiring cycle, and at Cincinnati's defense was awful, and that's why he got fired.
It's even worse.
So
I don't know what's going on.
I don't want no part of him.
He's with the Colts right now.
Is he with the Colts now?
Is he with the Colts?
He might be with the Colts, but when he was with Cincinnati, that defense was terrible, bro. Terrible, bro. But interesting enough, who else is over there? Jerome Henderson. So doesn't make me. It doesn't surprise me that their defense is being better, but it could also be a product that their offense is so fucking good. Yeah, team.
He's with the Colts right now. That's a fact.
Yeah. I'm still good on him. But I don't know, man. I don't know. So I'll lay it out like this, man. If we gotta choose right now today, give me 3 names that you guys want to see.
Well, I'm gonna give you a name that's not even mentioned on there. Hold on, man, because people be tripping on old Pat, man. You know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna give you a name, and I made a post about it. So hold on, let me go find my stuff, man. Like, here we go, right here. Because people be tripping on old Pat. But this guy right here from the Rams. This man right here. He was the Cleveland Browns coaching intern in 2013. 2013 offensive assistant for the Redskins.
What's his
at
name?
the time.
Gotta give us the name, bro.
Aubrey. Some Aubrey. I can't pronounce that damn name.
Yeah, let's get his name.
Aubrey Pleasant. There we go.
Aubrey
Pleasant. He's the assistant head coach over there with the Rams. He's been out there, and he has a pretty good resume. He's been the passing game coordinator and the defensive backs coach and assistant head coach with the Rams since 2023. In 2022, he was an offensive consultant for the Packers. In Detroit Lions, he was the passing game coordinator and the defensive backs coach, and he got fired because he would ridicule, I forgot what DB that was, and he got in his face. Like, he really got in his face because he wasn't doing his job. And the whole league went like, oh, he's abusing the player, and so Detroit had to let him go. But then after he left Detroit, he went with the Packers. They're very good over there with the Packers. And the last 2 years with the Rams, he's been doing very well over there with the Rams. And when you go look at him, he's a leader of men. Like, he literally will get in the players, you know what, if he's not doing his job. And everybody will tell you that he shouldn't have been fired from the Lions for getting on that DB because he was doing it the whole season. The whole season he was doing it. I forgot that damn DB's name, but he was a Jeffrey Okuda, I think.
Nah, Okuda, didn't he go to the Broncos or something?
No, Jeffrey Okuda got drafted by the Lions, and then he went to the Texans.
Lions. Oh, okay.
And it was getting cooked. Now he's pretty much out of the league just about. But, yeah, I like this guy, man. And I think if he's in on the passing game with the Rams, I wouldn't mind being intrigued to see what he's doing. And he's defensive and offensive.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I like going to that Rams coaching tree. See, the Giants always pluck from the wrong coaching tree. McVay, Shanahan, start looking into those guys. Because if you really want to get busy on offense, bro, and if you really want guys that are gonna come in here and build a scheme like Pat and Coach talk about, then those are because they got schemes and they coach. You know, we watched Kyle Shanahan. When the Giants played the 49ers, I said it. I said he's going to keep running to the outside. He's not like these other coaches. He's going to stick to something until you stop it. Then when you stop it, they're going to pull out plan B and go to work. See if you can stop that. Like that, it's chess. These guys over here, they come up with one plan. And if it fails, oh, shit.
Right. It's
you see
over with, bro.
They don't have no way of adjusting or no backup plan or no, in-game adjustments or anything like that, man. So, and a lot of y'all are saying you don't want a first-year head coach. The Giants have put themselves in a position that's probably going to be the pool they're going to be picking from. Unless you want to Bill Belichick or McCarthy. I started with those guys that were head coaches before for a reason. And a lot of y'all was no. So let's come back to it now. Do you want another offensive coordinator turn head coach? Because that is the route they went. Shermer, McAdoo, Judge and Garrett. I'm just putting away, even though he was a special teams guy. And your boy, Daboll. That's why we saying go get a defensive guy. That's why I'm saying it. Go get a defensive guy. Now, whether he's a first-year head coach or not, you kind of painted yourself in a corner because you don't have that many options unless someone gets fired and becomes available at the end of the season, which is possible. But as of right now, we're talking about today because this happened today. So we can only speak on the options that are available today. Any offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator currently coaching in the NFL, you would have to request an interview. But, you know, if granted an interview, you will have a shot to, you know, potentially hire those guys. That's why we're talking about the OCs and DCs. Guys like Harbaugh and Tomlin, they got coaching jobs. They're not going anywhere. I think the Ravens about to go on a run. And I think, you know, the Steelers, you know, they're going to always be 500 or better. Right. So you're really looking at a lot of retreads or first-year head coaches. This is the route you put yourself in when you continue to fire coach after coach after coach after coach after coach. You in this cycle now with the New York Jets. So let's just hope you can get it right. To me, you can go two ways with this. Like I said, you can bring in Belichick or Mike McCarthy, and they will probably get you to a baseline. You'll be maybe 7-9-7, 8-8, somewhere in there, maybe completing for the back end of the playoffs. But if you really want to turn this team around and build something new and something different, you're going to have to, unfortunately, swing at one of these coordinators again. It is what it is, y'all. I'm sorry.
It is, bro.
I'm sorry. I'm just going to tell you the truth.
I'm gonna give you two coordinators, like you're talking about, based on the criteria you painted or the picture you painted, who are defensive coordinators. One has been a head coach, but not in the NFL. And the other one, they both are actually from northern New Jersey, so they know the landscape. I think I know where you're going with one. But the other one, his family is full of coaches, and they're well versed in New Jersey. And I'm gonna start with him, Anthony Campanelli. His family, the Campanellis in New Jersey, Bergen Catholic, they produce talent, kids who go to colleges. A few have gone on to play in the NFL. Hell, one of them played for the Texans. What's his name? The steroid boy. I forgot his name. He was the linebacker for the Texans back in the day.
You talking about
Brian Cushing?
Brian Cushing, yeah.
Yeah. So, and they have produced talent, and they've gone up against a lot of the talent playing in North Jersey. Nunzio coached at Rutgers. Anthony played at Rutgers. So, and Anthony also coached at Michigan. He was the defensive coordinator at Michigan. He's now the Jaguars defensive coordinator. He's also coached with the Dolphins and was an excellent linebacker coach. So, he will be a good one. And the other one is, and I know you guys talked about it, Jeff Hafley. Jeff Hafley is defensive coordinator. I think where he's at right now. He's with the Packers. So he's the Packers defensive coordinator, was the head coach at Boston College, which is why he got the job with the Packers. And he went in there and they did well, and Boston College has fallen off. So he's done a very good job. So he has the experience. So those are two based on what you just painted, and they're they're defensive guys. So they would be able to bring in a well-versed offensive coordinator. Maybe, heck, Hafley, if you get Hafley, what's to say he doesn't talk to McCarthy and see if he'll be the offensive coordinator?
And see, that's kind of the way I feel. I think the defensive guys are more willing to let the coordinators do their job. And I think these offensive guys, they want to get so involved in the offense like they got to prove a point. And I don't like that shit. Be a coach. And I think the defensive guys usually, you know what I'm saying? You got your Rex Ryans who was a little more involved in the scheme, but usually your defensive guys, they let the defense coach and then they let the offense coach, and they become more CEO type coaches, you know, over time. You know what I'm saying? You may be involved in the scheme and the building of the scheme. Of course, you're the head coach, but once it comes down to it, let your coordinators do their job. That's it, man. And that's what we looking for. A leader of men. I don't care if it's offense or defense per se. I want a leader of men. Only reason I'm leaning defense is because the shit you've been trying on offense ain't been working. I just gave you 5 examples.
Mhm.
Try something different. Don't keep beating your head against the fucking wall. Go on the other side of the football. Maybe you get better results. And the Giants historically have based their franchise on being a good defensive team. Team. Get back to your identity. Defense and run the football. You have the foundation to do it. You got a running quarterback and you got 2 good ass fucking running backs. And on defense, guess what? You got a foundational pass rush. You get your run defense up, you get back into that top 10, being a top 10 defense again. I know they can. I know it. They just need the right coach.
They need direction, man.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it, man. Like, give me a defensive guy. I'm not gonna be upset if they're going on offensive side of the ball, but I'm really leaning defense with this one, y'all. You know, so if it's this guy right here, Aubrey, or the guys you mentioned, you know, or if it's Jesse Minter or you know, somebody else, just go get a defensive guy, let him build on the defense. And I think too, you could find somebody that wants to be an OC and coach this kid Jackson Dart. I know it's gonna be cats lining up to do that. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's one of these passing game coordinators or somebody in college that may want to step up and become an OC at the next level and get a shot to show what he could do with a talent like Jackson Dart, man. You got the foundation to do it. This is a very critical decision. You know what I mean? Because if you go back on the offensive side of the football, hey, you're going to have to, it's going to be Brian Daboll. You're going to have to be better than that and better than this, better than that. And then it's like, to me, to be honest with you, I don't care about how many points we're putting up or even how the offense looks, you know. And I think in 2022, the reason they got away from that, and I'm gonna turn the mic over after this, the reason they got away from that is because the offense didn't look good. Despite you getting the results that you want and being in the playoffs, the offense didn't look good, so they redid the whole scheme. So I don't give a damn how the offense looks as long as we're getting the job done. Get back to running the football. You got talent. Some talent on the offensive line. You need some more pieces, but get back to running the football and get a defensive coordinator in here or a defensive minded head coach and get back to being a dominant defense like you was when you was winning Super Bowls. Sure, I got it.
Yeah, I think you're right on the money, bro. Everything you just said, you're right on the money, man. And that's what they're gonna have to get back to. And I kept trying to tell people, man, that Brian Daboll cat, bro, is something else, bro. Something else. And he was the one holding his team back. I think he was holding Jackson Dart back.
He was clearly holding Daniel Jones back. Shit.
and that should have had him fired from the get-go. Once Daniel Jones, I don't understand this fan base. Once Daniel Jones went over there to the Colts and started doing what he was doing, that should have told you something, bro. The worst quarterback ever goes to a team in the Colts. They put a scheme, they put an offensive line in front of them, got them some. They had decent weapons over there. They're not great, but they're decent. And you got JT at running back. You had it here already. You had Saquon Barkley with him, and you couldn't do nothing with him. You know what I'm saying? Now everybody wants to say, "Oh, JT's carrying Daniel Jones." You literally told me, no matter what the situation is around Daniel Jones, it would never look good.
Trash, yeah.
But he goes over there to the Colts. Never mind that he's leading the league in passing. in passing yardage. That doesn't matter because JT's going off. So that's the only reason why he's the leader in passing. He's had 2 bad games. Now you want to say something about Daniel Jones having 2 bad games. Well, really, he didn't even have 2 bad games. He had 1 bad game against the Steelers, and the Steelers always find a way to get somebody. They do. That team is never going to go away. Them dudes could be 3-6 and want to be 10-7 in the playoffs. Like, that team is weird like that, bro. They will play, and they will look like the best team in the world for that game. But, like, bro, like, the dude's killing it. You can talk all that noise you want to because you don't want to be wrong about him. But
that's all it is. They don't want to be. They don't want to be wrong about him, man. But again, you got to take your emotions out of the situation. And like I said, it's all right to be wrong, but what we always been doing was coming back to why is this happening, which we already got the answer. That's why Brian Daboll don't have a job. What's good, Wolf? Appreciate you tapping in. Raphael, what's good with you? Appreciate you tapping in. But yeah, bro. Again, what are we looking for the rest of this year? You know, first of all, you don't need to get your quarterback killed.
Right.
You already got your running back killed and your fucking wide receiver killed. Second, again, we want to see better effort, be more disciplined. I want to see less penalties, like play football. Don't look like a clown show out there. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Like we be calling the game, it'd be like 10 penalties a game for 100+ yards, yo. You know what I'm saying? You doing dumb stuff and just undisciplined, just garbage. At least look competent. People say, well, yeah, they was doing good on offense. That was Jackson Dart, bro. Stop it.
Jackson Dart.
You said it best. Competency, competing, everything else will take care of itself. I mean that, and you know what? When you have a team and you're stepping on their neck, break it. Break their will. Screw this trying to be smarter than everyone else. Sometimes the smartest coaches keep it simple. Stupid.
Yeah. And also, Coach, shout out to Snowy Wolf. I've been putting out on Twitter the experiment continues. And I told people the experiment was going to be the whole Brian Daboll, Daniel Jones situation. And everybody can flip it. Oh, you trying to talk bad about Dart? No, I'm not. I'm giving Dart his props. He's doing his thing. But the experiment is pretty much ended now. Because guess what? Daniel Jones has survived and is balling. He's an MVP candidate. And Brian Daboll was 2-8 and got fired. The experiment is over. We know who it was. It was Brian Daboll, not Daniel Jones. You see how Big Pat can set you up and don't even know it? But to make Big Pat roll, you're going to say, oh, you're best at Jackson Dart. Because I brought it up. What happened to the quarterback does everything people? What happened to those people? Why are those same people now saying the same things that we were saying for Daniel Jones? He needs help. He needs coaching. Now all of a sudden, a team around the quarterback matters because it's a guy that you like. And the only reason why you like him is because the media likes him. Because if the media was bashing him, you wouldn't like Jackson Dart.
It's those people that can't think for themselves. You know what I'm saying? It's they cut on. This is what they do. They wake up, right? Cut on ESPN, and then they look at ESPN, and then they go to Twitter.
Yep. Yep.
I know everything.
Yeah,
you're not thinking for your fucking self.
Yeah, it comes from you. It comes from ESPN. And guess what? I called that shot before the season happened. The experiment continues.
I can show you a video. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show you a clip of my video real quick. And then I promise, yo, I'm good. I'm good on this whole topic, yo. Cause y'all been fucking with me too. Me and Pat. Like y'all been fucking with me too. I've been telling y'all the whole fucking time about Mr. Clown Daboll. Now, is a year ago. I put this video out. 1 year ago, I put this video out. Now, yeah. Right after the Vikings game, I put this video out. A year ago on Unpopular Opinion Sports Channel. See, y'all not fuck with me no more. I'm not doing the Twitter shit. I'm just going to show you the fucking videos that I make saying the shit that I've been telling y'all. Whether you want to watch them or not, be my guest. But don't ever come over here like we don't know what the fuck we talking about. I'm going to give y'all a sample. Won't be long. It's only like a couple minutes.
What's good, everybody, man? So,
Welcome
back to another Unpopular Opinion, and today I want to talk a little bit about Brian Daboll coming off that 28-6 defeat.
Remember, this was a year ago,
at the hands
after
of the Minnesota
Vikings,
of course, this past Sunday.
Y'all tell me what has changed.
A lot of questions about Brian Daboll, as well as this team, as well as Daniel Jones, and various other aspects of this team. But today, I want to focus on Daboll because I think a lot of blame has to be placed on Brian Daboll. And I'm going to tell you why. Because he has not put this team in the best position to win, in my opinion. You know, just thinking about Sunday, you know, not having any deep routes down the field, not allowing Jalen Hyatt in the game until the fourth quarter. You know, certain.
So y'all tell me what changed. This was a year ago. Same shit. No deep routes down the field. Not playing the players. Hyatt still not getting a jersey. Bro, on point. On fucking point, bro.
Defensive players didn't play. Isaiah Simmons, Boogie Basham. So the personnel decisions are questionable, as well as his personality, because we're talking about instances with coaches now, with Wink Martindale, Mike Kafka, who he played Colin away from, you know, fired Bobby Johnson, who's now with Washington. We'll see them next week. And all of that is starting to add up. These tantrums on the sideline, you know, throwing the tablet at Daniel Jones, you know, getting mad at Tyrod before, you know, just a lot of different things about Brian Daboll that people have not really looked at. And everybody thinks he's this great head coach, and the problem is all Daniel Jones, and once the Giants get a new quarterback, everything is going to be great. I disagree.
Now, has that happened? Fuck with your boy. He got the new quarterback, y'all. Cut my goddamn camera back on. Y'all gonna hear me today, motherfuckers. Look here. What has changed? What has changed? Y'all remember last year? Get him the quarterback. He needs his guy. Get them their guy. It's not fair. They were stuck with Daniel god-awful Jones. Once he gets his guy, he gonna cook. He got cooked. Fucking fried, fricasseed, sauteed. Put his ass in the fucking pan. It's fucking done. Been telling y'all this shit, man. Been saying it, bro. Just respect the opinions. They might be unpopular, but don't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. That's why I said, no Twitter back and forth. And if any of y'all want to come debate, you know, I can hit the link. But I've been putting this information out there, as well as my brothers right here on the panel with me today. So that's a little taste of that. What's your thoughts, Pat?
You was exactly on point. And I said at the beginning of the season, I said the reason why he ain't gonna play Jackson Dart in the very beginning, because he didn't want to be exposed. And guess what? Somebody made him put him in a game earlier than he wanted to. It was that Chargers game. And they wound up winning that Chargers game. But then it came right back to coaching and getting these people prepared. 5 turnovers against the Saints. You know who the Saints can say they beat this year? Us. That's their only victory. We're their only victory. You got the guy, but you can't do nothing with him. You want to know why? Because you don't have a scheme, bro. That's why the Bills was happy they made you head coach. That's why he had beef with the Bills. He thought he was hot shit. No, it's Josh Allen saving our ass over here. We know it. You're the only one that don't know it. It's not because of you. This dude's a freaking alien. But we're going to get this run game going, and we're going to get your ass up out of here. We're going to try to help this kid. We're going to try to help this kid. You don't know how to run the ball. You don't
and Joe
know how to
Brady
lay
was
the
over
play.
there with them too. I don't want no part of him either.
Yeah, I want no part of Joe Brady.
Out of here.
All those Bills guys, unless you got
dudes.
Josh Allen, it's over with, bro.
No.
You can see it when they lose games. When they lose games, they get thumped.
Wonder why. They just got their ass whooped by the goddamn Dolphins. Huh?
Yeah.
I mean, Dolphins was putting it on them. That's why I said, hey, respect Mike McDaniel. Yeah, they look cheeks, but that boy can put some points up. Give him a quarterback.
Yeah, he can put some points on the board.
Tua holds that team back, bro. I seen Tua throw some of the awfulest interceptions. That dude is cooked. He took too many headshots.
Yeah, he is cooked. Like he is
holding them back.
Cooked.
That's why Tyreek Hill them pissed off. And they went up out of there, bro.
Yeah, and they did that without Tyreek Hill. So
you know what I'm saying?
Lord.
Right.
So we also put out a video. It was called the Daboll File.
Yeah.
And I think it was around the same time you put that video out, if I'm not mistaken. It might have been a little bit before, but we actually put out the Daboll Files for you and let you know what he was. This dude's files, but I'm just like Man Cave. I'm extremely disappointed with the output of this offense. And once we get
offensive uncoordinator.
Right. And so once we get into these files, is. And I think this is close to 2 years ago. Like your video was, it's close to 2 years ago. If it's not past 2 years now, because that first game was in September. So yeah, that was 2 years ago. All right, so let's get into these files, man. Can you guys see the screen?
Yep.
Can you see the numbers and everything?
Yeah.
All right, so this is what Brian Daboll's coaching tree looks like as far as an offensive genius and an offensive coordinator / head coach. He was with the Cleveland Browns in 2009 and 2010. He was with the Miami Dolphins as an offensive coordinator in 2011. Offensive coordinator with the Kansas City Chiefs in 2012. Offensive coordinator from Buffalo from 2018 to 2021.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Why has he only had a 1-year tenure at every spot? 2009?
No, he had a 1-year tenure in 2 spots. That was Miami and Kansas City. The other spots he's had multiple years. In Buffalo, he had 2018 to 2021, and head coach for us since 2022. So let's go back And let's look at this man's resume.
Hold up. From 2012 to 2017, I believe he was in college. That's why you don't see that.
Yeah, that's why you don't see that. He was in college.
Alabama.
He was with Alabama. So, Mr. Quarterback Whisperer, Mr. Offensive Guru, Mr. 30 points per game, Mr. Explosive on offense. Let's see how explosive and all those things come true. Let's go to your first year as offensive coordinator. Cleveland Browns, 2009. Now, the head coach was Eric Mangini. In 16 games, they 15.3 points per game. Isn't that similar to what he does?
Yeah.
15.3 points per game.
Yep.
5-11. Look what the defense. Defense ranked 21st out of 32. The worse the defense is, the worse he is. 29th out of 32.
They had Rob Ryan over there.
Yeah.
Damn.
Let's see. Because if you want the full results, you got to watch this whole video because we went through everything.
Yeah.
Look at that. The second year. 5-11 again. 16.9 points per game. 31st out of 32. The defense got better, but he didn't get better.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? This is what he was doing. He's a quarterback guru, so he should get the best out of everybody. He had
Colt McCoy there as a rookie, I believe.
Yep. Colt McCoy as a rookie and Brady Quinn as a rookie.
So he's had drafted quarterbacks, young quarterbacks to work with in the past.
Look, now his first year, who was this? This the Chiefs, I believe. It was the Chiefs.
It's the Dolphins.
No, the Dolphins. Yeah, the Dolphins. 20.6 points per game. That's still not as good as Kafka's 2022 season.
It's 20 out of 32, though. Still
20 out of 32.
Yeah,
the defense, look defense. Defense 6 out of 32. The defense has always been saving this dude. Like the Chiefs. 13.2 points per game, ranked 32nd. Does that sound familiar?
Nasty work.
Nasty. As the defense gets worse, he gets worse.
They had
make it make sense, bro.
Had Romeo Cornell, Rob Ryan, had Wentz. He had some good defensive coordinators. Like that's why I know his personality is like
it's trash.
You can't get along with nobody, bro.
Look, everybody. I kept telling everybody when he first got Josh Allen. Remember, he was there when Josh Allen got there. 30th out of 32, 16.8 points per game. 30th. So now let's not act like when he got Josh Allen that he just made Josh Allen this super. I told you, people were saying Josh Allen was a bust after his first 2 years. 10 touchdowns, 12 interceptions.
He rushed him 89 times.
Yeah. His second season, only 19.6 points per game. 23rd out of 32. Remember, his first 2 years, Josh Allen was like, we might have made a mistake.
When I found you, I wasn't living. I was disappearing.
That's crazy.
As a former polysubstance.
That's quite crazy work.
At his running back.
That's crazy work.
Blown motor over there.
Yep, blown motor was over there.
Rushed him 109 times that year. Let's see if I just want to see if the rushing attempts go up.
Oh, his rushing attempts go up every year. Every year his rushing attempts
go up. That to the ground. That's why I was asking.
Yeah,
they got him up out of Buffalo. That's why
now,
he got
his
him out of
third
New York.
year, he ascended in his third year when other people started running the offense with Brian Daboll. That's a fact. They went up to 31 points per game. And then I think the next year they went off too, if I'm not mistaken. Because that's why he got hired.
Yeah, 102 rushes that year.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
bro.
yeah, 28.4. They were third. But their defense was ranked first. When the defense is balling, that makes them look good.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? So for 2 years out of his whole coaching career, when he got probably one of the best quarterbacks to ever come to the NFL, he did good. But he had to have the first ranked defense, and I think the other year they were ranked third. Because when the defense goes down, he goes way down. And they got him up out of there, and they were happy with the third ranked offense. They were happy to get rid of him. What does that tell you?
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. His whole career, the QB guru, that means you get the best out of every quarterback that you see. Like how Kevin O'Connell got the best out of Sam Darnold, trained Daniel Jones, send him over there to the Colts, and now he's an MVP candidate. Sam Darnold balling with the Seahawks. Them dudes had, what's that one quarterback name that came in and threw for 500 yards almost and was ass?
Oh, Nick Mullins.
Yeah, Nick Mullins was putting up stats in that system.
Yeah, he busted Giants' ass that game. I remember that shit.
Chase Daniel comes over there and puts up stats in that system. Had a Pro Bowl year with the Vikings. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can't put stuff like guru on these dudes, guys, and they only got one person that can say, yo, yeah, I was legit with Brian Daboll. And even Josh Allen, he doesn't go overboard with Brian Daboll. Because if he was like that, he would still be there. He would be like how Steve Spagnuolo is with the Chiefs. Andy Reid ain't getting rid of Spagnuolo. Spagnuolo can stay there however long he wants. Because he's good. This dude, it was very similar, bro. And the only reason why it looked half decent with the Giants, because a lot of people, yeah, it looked good out there. No, it's just Jackson Dart out there is making plays, bro. If you want to give him credit for getting Jackson Dart, but he don't know what to do with it. Jackson Dart is only going to get what he's going to get with Brian Daboll at coach. He's never going to ascend. He's going to look the same Jackson Dart as you see right now, getting injured and making a couple of plays here or there, but we still lose the game.
Yeah.
And I ain't with that shit. Put that kid in a real system with a real head coach, and we'll see what we have in Jackson Dart, which I think we got a lot in that kid. This dude losing teeth, getting concussions.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's why he got fired.
Yeah.
I told people that dude was going to be exposed when he got his guy.
Bro.
Yeah.
Ass whooped.
I told people that dude was going to be exposed when he finally got his guy. I was like, please put Jackson Dart in there. Please.
Damn, bro. Yeah. Good riddance, though. We'll see what they do. I mean, I would like to see Kafka get a shot. I know it won't happen, though. But I'm really intrigued by these defensive guys, man. Like, bring a defensive coach in here, man. And let's like get back to Giants football, yo.
He's
get back to Giants football, man.
Maybe you start calling better defenses with him gone. Who knows?
Run the ball. You know what I'm saying? Well, maybe the coordinators can actually coach and coordinate.
Yeah,
he's overly involved. That's why Wink barked on him. Man, Wink was like, bro, who is you talking to? I'm running this defense, man. But he can do that to Shane Bowen. Yo, Shane, shut up, yo. You might get fired, yo. Off and soft, son. Soft, son. Man, Shane Bowen might turn up next game, bro. They might blitz the hell out of Love over there with the Packers, bro. Watch.
Wouldn't that be something?
You see what I'm
Oh, I can
saying?
call the defense the way I
Because
want.
you relieved, yo. You don't got that headache in your
Yeah.
in your environment. You imagine how them guys feel. You already demeaning Kafka in public. You know what I'm saying? With the whole taking the play calling and all that shit. You know, you threw Shane Bowen under the bus. John Mara, the owner, threw him under the bus because of you. So yeah, if I'm Shane Bowen, I'm like, fuck yeah, bro, man. Yo, let's go,
Let's
y'all.
go.
Y'all ready, yo? Yo, we got to turn up, yo. Yeah, Daboll got fired. What? We can blitz now? Yeah, bro. We can blitz. Let's go.
Let's go, man. We gotta do.
Watch. I'm telling
Man, if
you.
this team turn up and beat the Packers, boy, that's gonna be stupid. That's gonna be stupid, bro.
And Kafka probably feel the same way. Like, thank God.
Thank
like,
God,
finally,
bro.
I could do my thing. You know what I'm saying?
And it's sad because they might not even get a chance to do anything after this because this team is bad, bro. Like it's gonna take a miracle for them to get respectable.
They're gonna bring somebody else in here, bro. And Shane Bourne and Mike Kafka be gone, and y'all get y'all's wish. But again, be careful what you wish for. You know what I'm saying? Be careful what you wish for. So
I know I
might have the guy in the building. You might have the guy in the building. I'm just saying. Who knows what Kafka could, what kind of cachet he got in the league? Because remember, Seattle wanted him. Their people wanted this cat as a coach.
Yeah, they sure did. They wanted him as an offensive coordinator.
You know what I'm saying? Wanted Kafka
as a head coach.
As a coach. You know, they had to pick between him and Moore, you know, and Kellen Moore had a little bit more better resume, probably. He just went to the fucking Super Bowl. But
look how that's turning out for him.
And yeah, good. He escaped one. You see what I'm saying? Because that dude cooked too. As soon as they draft the quarterback, his ass out of there. As soon as they draft the quarterback,
he is cooked.
Gone. But you know what I'm saying?
No, the Saints got 2 wins now, so we're worse than the Saints because they just didn't they just beat the Panthers? Yeah. So we're worse than the Saints.
Yep.
They got 2 wins now. My bad.
Yeah. Well, the Giants got 2. They both got 2. Only one with 1 is Tennessee.
Yeah, even the Jets got 2 back to back.
The Jets got another dub. But bruh, like we can't play,
bro.
We can't play around with this, yo. Like the Giants can't play around with this because if you do, you bring in somebody, you know, that you think is going, oh, we need to get Jackson Dart. We need the Jackson Dart. You can't think about Jackson Dart when you're making your coaching hire. Right. You got to think about the New York Giants. Y'all did that already once with Daniel. I'll be warning y'all. Y'all did it already once with Daniel Jones. That's why Brian Daboll was here, to fix Daniel Jones.
You never wanted the cat from the get-go.
Right. He just wanted the job.
Right.
So he could fuck it up. So that's what he did. You didn't even deserve the job. You only got the job because of Shane.
Yep.
He didn't deserve that job.
Played the part. Yeah, I'll help you fix Daniel Jones. No, he didn't want Daniel Jones here the whole time.
Brian Daboll fouls and looked at his resume. How you think he got that job? Joe Shane, Bill Belichick vouching for him, and Nick Saban vouching for him.
Yep. And
John Mara dumb enough because he do anything Bill Belichick and Bill Parcells tell him to do. Yep. He's so loyal to them because of the Super Bowls.
They got their guy checked.
How you think Joe Judge got here? And y'all want Belichick? Really? Let's bring him in. His cronies didn't work. Let's go get him now.
Let's go get the main boss.
Let's go straight to the source. You should have been did that if that's the route you was going to go.
Right.
Shit. Should just held on to whoever you had. Wait for him to come available. And boom.
Yeah.
Bring him in. Or you could have bought him in last year when he was a free agent.
Right.
Got Daboll out of here last year, which we also said you could have been a year ahead of this thing. Dummies.
Now you want to go get the Bane sword.
Now you want to go backtrack and go get Bill Belichick and all these other guys, man. Like, come on, bro. Bring in a defensive coordinator. Get this defense right. Because you closer on defense than you is on offense. You still need receivers and offensive line. I'm telling you, the offensive line is still not right. Defense, get a couple secondary pieces. I think you'd be fine. Maybe a linebacker or two. Because you got the goods up front. And that's the main thing. What we always talk about, offensive line, defensive line. Which is better than the two? Because people want to argue with me. Well, oh, the Giants don't have no strength. How is the defense ain't the strength? Unit-wise, on the football field, O-line on the Giants or D-line on the Giants. And I'm not even talking about the linebackers, just the D-line.
The D-line is the best thing smoking on this team. It ain't even close. It's not even close. As a unit, it's not even close. If you're not doing with individualism, then it's dark. But if you're doing as a unit, it's this D-line. Hands down.
That's what I'm saying. We got to deal with units because we're talking about building the team out.
Right.
So
you still thinking about Jackson Dart.
Yeah, and see, that's what they're going to think about with this hire. That's what I'm afraid of. Oh, we got to go get somebody for Jackson Dart to make him like.
You get somebody for the team, bro. You get somebody for. What about your defense? What about your offensive line? What about your running backs? What about your receivers?
Keep fucking this defense over, and you're not going to have a Dexter Lawrence or a Kayvon Thibodeau. And these guys going to start walking out the door. And before you know it, you're going to fucking blink. And you're going to have fucking Abdul Carter over there by his fucking self.
And Dexter
well, why is the defense so bad? Well, they all fucking gone.
Yeah.
You won't help them out and then build on that unit.
You wanted them go.
Want to keep turning coordinators over and firing their position coaches and shit, bro. That shit raggedy. Got hitting us up out of here, bro. And Wink and the Wilkins and them. Man, come on, bro. That shit was trash, bro.
Trash.
Man.
Keep making these dudes going through system. They ain't got no. Man, they don't know what's going on, bro.
And why y'all think the defense don't look good?
They got to change the whole system.
They keep switching it up every year. Every year. New system.
I'm just glad he got his because he was a scapegoat artist. And I told you, once you put that kid Dart in there was no more scapegoat. It's you.
And they you know.
The last straw was that last game when Jackson Dart got a concussion. They was like, this kid keeps getting hurt with you, bro. No way we're gonna lose Jackson Dart because of you.
Yeah.
And they got him up out of there.
Fuck around, have a goddamn fuck his neck up.
Right. Have a neck brace on him. Because he's the type, he's even worse than Josh Allen with that shit. Running into people. He does that all the time, bro.
Both of them was running reckless, him and Scatterbo. They were running reckless, bro.
Because
that's what Daboll likes. That's their energy. Reckless. Off script. Backyard football, like Ghost Thug was saying.
Yeah. And that's why everybody gets hurt. Malik Neighbors pressing. This is
Neighbors, you know what I'm saying?
Why is Malik Neighbors trying to duck under somebody and jump up and then lands hard on his knee and tears his knee up? Man, like everybody trying to overcompensate for everything because they know if we don't get this right here, it's over with. And then you're thinking too much, man. I gotta make the shit, I dropped it.
Why you think they dropping all these? Man, they dropped so many passes, bro.
Bro, these dudes ain't in it, bro.
It's concentration drops, bro.
They just
concentration. When you catching the football gotta have concentration, like eye-hand coordination. You gotta be in it. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? Gotta be ready.
Right.
If you go the whole game, think about a cat like Hyatt.
Right.
Bro, they put him in the fourth quarter, you know, on 4th and 5. All right, Hyatt, go in there. You think he really ready for some shit? He should be. Because I know what coach is gonna say, and he's right. He should be, but again, this kid ain't played the whole fucking game. He barely played the whole season. And they just be throwing him in here randomly. And then throw him a pass and wonder why he looking like, oh, shit's coming to me on my way. Oh,
right.
That's how he be looking.
Cold. Just go with no warm up, just cold.
He's so unaware out there, bro. And I know he's not goof. I know he's not a dumb player. He just looks unaware. He's out of it. Cooked. He's out of it. That's how Banks be looking. They be looking out of it like, oh, I'm supposed to be here. What?
Well, it looks like what we were talking about the other night came true, nigga. They made Daboll pass the sticks, nigga.
Pass the sticks, right. Right. You can't play no more.
Pass the sticks, bro.
You're not allowed the controller, bro.
Pass the sticks.
Pass the sticks. Give it up. You're not playing the game no more, bro. Right. You can't play. You can sit over there and watch, but you can't play. You know how you can I play? Can I get one play? No.
No.
The fucking controller, nigga.
Right.
Watch me play. That's what you're gonna do. Sit there and watch.
Learn something. Yeah. You will not get on
that's
the
how
stick
we
no
is.
more.
That's how you treat Brian Daboll's ass.
Man, hand over the stick.
Pass the sticks, bro.
Wrap.
You ain't playing this game no more.
Everything you asked for, bro, and you still get beat by 21. Nah.
Not letting you play.
You making me worse.
Right.
Beating you, making me worse.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel it's supposed to be easy like this.
Start crying, I'm gonna kick you out the room. Get out of here.
Right. Get out of here, bro.
You can't even watch now, bro. That's how bad he is.
Man. But I don't know, man.
But yeah, I'm gonna give me some rest.
Yep, me too.
But yeah, man. Hey, we'll be keeping an eye and seeing what happens here in the coming weeks. You know, I'll be live Sunday morning, so any news, rumors, anything, be able to drop that in here for you guys. But hey, the Giants are gonna get a new coach one way or the other. And man, I mean, I'm excited. So yeah, man, because it was getting real. It was about to get real ugly.
It got ugly, man. Like when you can start predicting what's gonna happen,
bruh.
It's too bad. It's too obvious. It's too bad, bro.
When you call in the fourth quarter of the game, I mean the whole fourth quarter.
Yeah, the whole
like predicting it, man. Not calling the plays. We're predicting the plays before they happen. That's exactly what's gonna happen. You know what they finna do, right? Yeah. They're gonna go down there and score real quick, right? The Giants gonna go 3-0, right? They're gonna get the ball back. They're gonna score the game-winning touchdown. And the Giants are either gonna have a turnover or a turnover on down, and that's exactly what happened.
You better cancel. You can't cancel the Hard Knocks. That's NFL. They got to do that.
Yeah.
So they did that before, and you know what? It might be some embarrassing stuff in that Hard Knocks, and that's probably why they fired him too.
Bro, you know it is because he's reckless.
This whole season, yeah,
he's reckless, bro.
So stuff is probably gonna come out. You might hear if that stuff is from the beginning of the season, you might see some embarrassing stuff from the New York Giants. Like Coach said, that was the worst thing they could have done was the Hard Knocks.
But you see what I'm saying though? it's the fact that it happened, and it's what needed to happen. Let's be honest. That Hard Knocks thing, it might have been embarrassing for them, but it needed to happen. Because a lot of stuff we've been saying and couldn't directly prove because we wasn't in the locker room. They let us inside. Y'all cooked. I got you.
And if John Mara is hot, that means he's been embarrassed. So there might be some stuff, like I said, some embarrassing stuff. Gary come out about the New York Giants again.
Yep. Not surprising.
So there's a lot of stuff that's gonna hit the fan with this team, and they deserve it. They deserve every bit of it.
Yeah,
you know, they deserve every bit of it. But something embarrassing happened, and that's why they got rid of Daboll. Besides him blowing 10-point leads, I mean, something embarrassing probably happened on that Hard Knocks, especially if it's been going since the beginning of the season. The whole Russell Wilson situation might blow up in their face. You see what I'm saying? Like some bad happened, and that's why I was like, yeah, we gotta get rid of this guy.
They didn't want him to throw the ball, bro. Like, it's something, like you said, it's more to this. There's some backbiting going on in over there. It's either by Brian Daboll and Joe Shane, or Mara and Daboll. Daboll trying to be vindictive, and then he going at it with the players too. Because you put Russ in there, and Russ trying to be a professional and shit. But again, bro, this what you calling? We down in the fourth quarter. You want me to do a play action rollout? Like it's and then the way you treat like you put them on special teams, on kickoff return coverage and shit like that. It's more to it. So it might be that he had a vendetta against somebody and was like,
could try to turn on Shane.
I'm just going to do what the fuck I want to do type shit.
Yep. And Shane's like, why aren't we using guys like Evan Neal?
That's what it looks like.
Oh, bro. Yeah. So you want me to use Jalen Hyatt? All right. Put him out there on kick return. You want me to use Banks so bad? All right. Put him out there on kick return. Put Tracy on kick return. I got Scatterbo, but you want to see Tracy? And yeah, we think he could be a really good 1-2 punch with Scatterbo. Scatterbo is my guy. You want Tracy to be seen? I'll put him on kickoff return. You see what I'm saying? Like, he's that type of guy. And if he know that he lost the support of Shane, of course. That's why he's looking so stupid. He didn't care anymore. I promise you, he didn't care anymore.
It was definitely something in that organization. I've been telling y'all from the jump. The Giants are broken as an organization that starts with Mara. Now, you got to think, if John Mara gave them an opportunity, or he said, well, Daboll, we're going to get you your quarterback. You're going to have to show us something, da-da-da-da-da. And then Daboll might be saying, like, man, I got to get him ready. I got to get him coached up, man. Because remember, they was trying to sit Dart. I got to get it ready. I got to coached up and whatever. And they like, we need to see something now. 0-2, da-da-da-da, blah, 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 0-3, blah, blah, blah. We got to see some results now. And Daboll, being an egotistical asshole that he is, was like, all right, I got you. So he threw him out there. But he couldn't close the games. Because guess what? You got a young team and you haven't been fucking coaching them. So he thought he could just roll out Dart. He knew he was going to score some points and shit. He knew what kind of talent this kid had. And then Scatbo just gave you a big boost in the beginning.
Yeah, I think he gave them a boost nobody saw.
So
coming.
You had it cooking, but again, when you overusing these players and you running them out there and you don't have any plan for real, and the players start getting hurt, now you backed into a corner. So what he telling them, man, I got guys hurt, man, da-da-da-da-da. What they saying? We don't give a fuck.
Right.
We need to see some results. We losing tickets. Fans is on our ass. Show us something. He can't
And he got
do
that
it.
same treatment he did to those players. He got
Right.
that same
And
treatment.
it got
It
flipped on
always
him.
comes back around.
And
bro.
it got flipped on him. And that's exactly what happened. It got flipped on him.
Hey, wouldn't it be so that Bowen was losing those games on purpose with that defensive call?
Bro.
He got him up out of there.
Bro, I'm telling you.
That's some foul shit, bro. That shit going on in that
It's some
need
backbiting
a spiritual,
shit.
Man, they need
Yeah,
a spiritual cleanse in that building.
You seen it on Hard Knocks. Some of them wanted Barkley here, some of them didn't. Then some of them wanted this quarterback, some of them wanted this guy. And they're all over the place. Ain't no unity.
And then we all know Shane wanted Shedeur Sanders. He did.
Yeah, see what I'm saying?
And they was like, you know what? I think it's because the league told him no, but that's a whole different story. But let's just put it in layman terms. And let's just say Joe Shane was going to take Shedeur Sanders, but they were like, nah, I want my guy. I know Jackson Dart would do this. And I know, and they was like, that was probably the turning point. He like, yeah. Because I think everybody was getting sick of that dude. I'm telling you, bro.
And I think Daboll wanted Jaden Daniels. I think Shane and Myrna might have wanted
Drake May.
I think that was the disconnect there in that draft. So you see what I'm saying? Like Daboll
disagreed on neighbors.
Daboll gotta have it his way. See what I'm saying? And so when they trying to do everything to give you what you need and you're not putting in these results, and then you talking about, oh man, you know what? Defense, look at these numbers right here. You know, and they giving you stats and the fans is eating it up. We watching the games. We know the defense is out there trying, they doing everything they can. Yeah. It's offense, but they looking at the numbers and they showing, look at these numbers. Once we get a quarterback, but David, what about y'all? I just need a quarterback, man. You know, Dan Jones ain't working. He's always hurt. He can't see the field. So guess what? They released Daniel Jones. You ain't even have sense enough to get anything for him. That's how stupid you guys are. You release him.
Oh, Daniels would have got crushed his rookie year with Daboll.
Bro, that's who he wanted, though. Because Jaden Daniels can do exactly what the other quarterbacks can do, bro.
Yeah, just at a higher clip.
You see what I'm saying?
Jaden Daniels, he wouldn't have messed Jaden Daniels up.
He just gotta get one mess Jackson Dart up. It's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? But they caught him before he could really kill him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. I'm telling you, when they saw that boy lose
he probably would have been done, yo. Like
when they saw that boy lose a tooth,
season.
When they saw that boy lose a tooth, and after that, he comes in there in the fourth quarter, and when he hit that ground, I was like, he's out. Like he was literally out. I don't know how they got him up to come back in there 2 more plays. I said that kid is hurt, bro.
Because Daboll, bro. Daboll was like, go back in, and you see how trash that dude is, bro. You seen when he went to the tent, he was like, he was getting mad because they couldn't bring him back out. The dude is hurt.
And that
what are you upset for? All right, he's back out there. Get back out there.
Yeah.
What am I running, coach? I don't know. Run something.
and when that kid went out and you couldn't do nothing,
he didn't want to throw the ball, bro.
Yeah,
he didn't want to throw the ball. They ran 3 straight times, 3 and out. He didn't want to throw the ball.
I think they saw enough of him when Jackson Dart his lights were out. I said, damn, his head got drove. He should be out 2 to 3 weeks.
And then you came in and you ain't have no plan at all.
None.
With Russell Wilson. He was just like,
none.
Oh, shit. All right. Play action rollout. That'll work.
Yeah. Like, yeah. But I want Kafka to do his thing, man. Hopefully Kafka could come up with something. Hopefully Bellinger's healthy. I know that's one guy he will love to target. And maybe they do get people like Banks and Hyatt to buy back in.
Who knows? Have to go run. and maybe some play action,
Yeah.
deep shots with Russell Wilson because he's gonna have to be the one to go out there. You can't throw that kid back out there, bro.
Not after 1 week. No, that man lost
got
2.
Yeah,
I think he got 2 concussions in that game.
He did because he kept getting hit. You know what I'm saying? And they finally took him out.
And I think that was the last straw when he put that kid back in there after that hit, after he got knocked back out. Because Dark's gonna want to go back in there.
Mm-hmm.
And they brought him to the sideline.
He damn sure ain't saving him from himself. He trying to save his ass. That's why.
Yeah.
You see what type of cat he is.
Yeah.
You ain't even want to save the player. As a coach, you care about your players. As a coach, you didn't even care about this kid. Get back out there knowing he was fucked up. You did that to Daniel Jones in that Cowboys game. I said that, bro. I was like, this is messed up, bro.
For him right there.
This is messed up right here.
Why you keep putting this dude back in
down, bro?
Yeah, getting him murdered.
Don't care. He don't care about his players. That's the worst type of coach you can have. He out there trying to save his own ass, and his ass got fucking fried. Good for him.
Good for him.
I'm done, man.
Yep. I'm done. So, Coach, you got anything last to say about what Mr. Daboll being fired?
First of all, let me thank Mr. Brian Daboll for everything that he's done for my franchise. Get the fuck out of here. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back this way no more, man. Good riddance, man. So that's really it. Y'all know I'm ecstatic. I'm happy. So, and I know I shouldn't be. I'm a coach. I understand, but nah, this guy was I've said it. I've been saying it now for what, 2.5 years. So that he ain't no head coach. And I'm glad everyone started to see and peel through the bullshit and understand what we all have been talking about here. So better days are ahead now. Let's see what happens. Kafka, you're the first man up. It's your opportunity to be brutally honest, man. And
his only opportunity.
If you got it, man. You say it. This is my one chance to really put it out there that I can do this. And you do it. But if not, give me Mike Tomlin, please. Give me Mike Tomlin. Man, my dream. I know, but it's still my dream. I mean, what's the old saying? $1 in a dream.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a dream before
I would
reality.
I would be floored if the Steelers let Mike Tomlin go. And if they do, and I'm gonna tell you right now, it's gonna be so many mad people when they pick Bill Belichick over Mike Tomlin. You wait and see, bro. You wait and see.
That's something they would do too.
First. That's exactly what John Mara's gonna do.
That's exactly what he's gonna do.
That's why I said, be glad Shane's here. Hope he stays here, and hope he, tell him, you can't hire your buddies from Buffalo. Get your guys together and come up with a plan and get a guy in here. What fuck out of the way, man. Bro.
Right. What you better hope is
stay out the goddamn room, bro. Stay out the room.
You better hope Joe Shane.
You come in the room
GM.
for the coach to sign the contract. This our guy. All right, cool. Sign on it, Mara. All right, you sure he's the guy? Yeah. Go ahead.
Iman Perry, I like that, man. I like that, Iman.
Okay.
What you better hope is that. What you better hope is that Joe Shane is that GM that they normally hire for the Giants when the Mariners start trying to take control of everything because they don't know what they're doing. And that should be your worst fear. Why would you want Joe Shane hire and put everything back to John Mara? He probably will hire Bill Belichick and give him carte blanche.
That's exactly what he's going to do because he's going to be in a panic. Well, I don't really know what a lot about these guys.
You don't know which way to go.
So why do you think they always hire a consultant when they were doing these GM searches and shit? They remember they did it. They hired Ernie Accorsi, think one time, then Bill Parcells another time to help them find a football guy. That tells you they don't know shit. I'm just keeping it a buck. I don't got nothing against John Mara and them. You know what I'm saying? They own the Giants, my favorite team. But I'm keeping it a buck because I study history. They don't know football.
Don't know at all, bro.
That's just what it is. Good business people, but they don't know football. So, and now they becoming bad business people because they don't know football. You fucking up your football team.
Yeah, it's you better hope Joe Shane is still here when it comes to this head coach hire. You better hope, because I give Joe Shane a reprieve because that was his first time being a GM. Why wouldn't I bring my boy over here with me? Why wouldn't? When we hired Joe Shane, you should have known Brian Daboll was going to be the head coach.
Yeah,
you should have known that.
Yeah,
I'm going to bring some people in here that I've been rocking with. But now he got to see the real Brian Daboll when he has some type of power. It's like, oh, you are a shit show. Okay, what Joe Brady them was saying about you was wrong over there. I mean, was right. You see what I'm saying? Like, oh, they were right. And I'm telling you, him putting Hyatt and Banks on kickoff return, man, that might have been a shot at Joe Shane. Because Joe Shane is saying, look, bro, I got you some talent. I think these are talented guys. You said you wanted these type guys. I got them for you. Why can't you use them? Because your system is ass. Maybe Joe Shane was under the lie of Brian Daboll being an offensive genius. He's like, yeah, my guy got Josh Allen them over there. Oh, shit. This ain't working. What I need to get you? I need this. Okay, I got you.
Well, Joe Shane was smart because he put it on Brian Daboll.
Yep.
Because he's like, all right, what do you need? It's not like they was coming in here on some like, all right, you know, we got a hole here, a hole here, a hole here. He's like, Dave, what do you need to run what you need to run?
Yeah.
And so he gave him that. They did the same thing with Shane Bowen. You know, Shane, what do you need to? That's how that's the type of GM he is. What do you need to run? And then he go out and scout and get the players. All right, this dude to fit your system. This dude to fit your system. This dude to fit your system.
Make it work.
Cook. And
I think those are the best type GM. Those are the best
the type of GM
GMs.
I want. If I'm a coach, I don't want you to pick a player like fucking who was doing that shit? Jerry Reese. He was picking players. He had Tom Coughlin. This guy's good. Do something with him. No, man, fuck. Get some guys that
Here's the draft board, and here's some of the guys that you say and we think can fit your system. Let's find out a plan to get some of these guys. That's how Joe Shane is as a GM. He's a coach's GM.
They were so caught up in the Saquon Barkley shit. They wasn't even looking at the process and how they was playing. That's what I was interested in. Like how y'all go about, you know, putting this shit together. I thought that shit was cool. They was Saquon. Look what he said about Barkley. Yeah. And they say I'm emotional, but I'm good. I'm gonna stop picking on y'all today.
But one piece.
It's a happy day, man.
The biggest piece is gone, and Brian Daboll. Yeah, I think it was a well-deserved firing, bro. Because
cannot play with him, cannot win with him, cannot coach with him, can't do it.
Can't do it, man. Can't do it. All right, man, fellas. This has been New York Giants Full Access. 3 hours in the midday from the ABSN. Man, y'all got a special treat today.
Yeah.
All right, man. This has been New York Giants Full Access. Coach burning incense. He feels so good over there. Brian Daboll get fired.
Yeah. Burn some incense too.
All right, man. Peace.
Peace.
New York Giants.